Boobs. Yay. Thanks, Blums Left Nut. Also, Furan, how you doing? Welcome in, mate. Welcome in, friend. Boobs are great. Thanks for making them appear on my screen. But how he's doing though? Thank you very much for the 24 months of subscribing to this absolute shenanigans. Love to see it. Love to see it. Don't you, kid? Hang on, sorry, I didn't have desktop audio on. Don't you, kid?
Hello.
Yay.
Hello. I'm here.
Hi, here. I'm Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to get my lights set up.
Oh shit.
It's okay. It's fine. Good. I was literally gonna message you and be like, enough with the inane chatter.
Enough with the inane chatter.
But shit to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got Japan to talk about, but I couldn't talk about Japan if you weren't here, so I had to wait for you to get on the call. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Shut up.
Shut up. You shut up.
Shut up. Okay, get me on the fucking stream so I can show off these earrings.
See these? This is a Passmo card. These are fucking great.
Oh my god. I was distracted already.
I'm just creating content. If you do a screen share, then all the things will be in the right position, so when I switch to the scene that's got you on it, it should all just line up.
Okay, I see.
Fingers crossed.
You've got plans and stuff.
I do. I have plans and /or stuff. So if I go back into there. Yay! Look at that. It works. Yeah, it's Passmo card. I need to see my fancy ones. Oh, did you get a printed one? There's a Kaede. Look, everybody. There's a Kaede. Yay!
I need to take these earrings off because my headphones are squeezing them and they hurt. But look.
Yeah, look, Teresa, you gotta squeeze her. Stab. Indeed.
But they're clip-ons.
Yeah. Teresa, the queen herself. Exactly. So, they are great.
There
though.
we go.
They are the bestest.
Wait, no, let me do this thing. I mean, they're not in focus, but.
And I just need
Teresa.
I need to just fix up this a little bit.
They're so good. And one of them is like the hiding boo, and one of them's the scary boo. Anyway.
They're so good. Why is she called Teresa? She is called Teresa because in Japanese, the name Teresa is like a pun on the word for being shy. So in the English versions, they were called boos. But
for no real reason.
Yeah, for no real reason. But in the Japanese versions, they were called Teresa. Did you just sing Teresa, you got to squeeze her? I did. Yeah. Teresa, you gotta squeeze her. Yeah. Is that not what you sing, Furan? What words are you singing?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Are you singing all the wrong words? All the wrong words. Which is great.
So.
Right, okay. So.
Oh look, there's a selfie of me showing them off with you in the background looking. Oh my god.
There you go. Sorry, I had to switch to your Japan photos.
There's you in the background, looking very disgruntled.
Yep. It's what I do.
Yeah.
It's what I do best. Looking like he's shitting. I wasn't shitting myself.
No, he's just look really sad.
Don't I look like I'm shitting myself in block capitals as well, shitting himself. I was just sitting. Looks like he's sitting with himself. Just having a nice little sit down.
Just a little sit down.
Maybe it's a sad shit. Maybe you're a sad shit.
What?
Sorry.
I don't know why that photo's so pixelated. But anyway, so
Yeah.
the day after Super Nintendo Land. No, wait, what's it called? Yeah, Super Nintendo World.
Yes.
Sorry. We went to. I don't know why this photo's so pixelated. But this is the. It's called like Takopia, and it's a takoyaki little park.
Yeah.
And there's like lots of different people, and so I tried some, and they were interesting.
Did you enjoy them?
Oh.
I mean, it was like we got like a smorgasbord, didn't we? It was like a sort of tasting set.
Yeah.
So it had like one of everything.
Yeah, it was just the texture for me. I think if they were a bit more solid, I think I would be into them. But as they were,
I have to move my mic so I can get Bowser's head in. Sorry.
They were a bit too squishy. That's okay.
A bit too squishy.
And then we went to a hat shop where they had a BBC hymn book.
They did have the BBC hymn book. It was like,
of course,
it was such a cool hat shop. They had so many like phenomenally good hats, and then just randomly the BBC hymn book just sitting in the middle of it.
Don't know. I didn't actually get fresh dorayaki, but I got it out of a 7-Eleven, and oh my god, there was one. It was like this giant one, and it was like a strawberry cream that was inside it, and it was unbelievable.
What's
like
dorayaki again?
That's the pancakes that have got the filling.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like the 2 pancakes in the filling, and I got that strawberry cream one like 3 times because it was so good.
One thing I will say is that like Japanese like cake products and bread products are like the lightest, fluffiest. It's like eating clouds. I don't know how they do it, but like Japanese cakes and stuff like that. It's even the ones that you get out of like a convenience store, just wrapped in. Do you know what I mean? Just like
especially the ones you get out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you know you walk into a 24-hour, like essentially the equivalent of a 24-hour newsagent in Scotland. Do you know what I mean? Like the local shop is what these convenience stores are, and you buy these like little individually wrapped cakes, and they're just like fucking stunning, and I don't know how it's possible.
Good. So good.
Yes.
No antibiotics ever.
Yeah, none.
Just a good life lesson, you know.
What was that? That was in a burger place, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. Which burger place was that? I can't remember.
That was.
It wasn't.
It was an American one. Shake Shack. Yeah.
Shake Shack. Yeah, wasn't that good?
Yeah.
Not a pinch on.
I think
burger.
I think they just need more antibiotics.
Maybe.
I think that's the problem. Antibiotics taste good. Confirmed.
But I also fell in love with Popcorn Papa.
Popcorn Papa.
I mean, look at him with his little hat and his little mustache.
One of the things that I do love is that like every fucking shop is like this. It's like the amount of fucking effort and detail that they put into like everything is just incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you see the whole shop's like molded.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. It's all high camp. It really is.
Yeah, the American flag on his shirt is incredible, especially the arrangement of the stars.
And we got a soft serve ice cream from the freezer off a convenience store.
Again, straight out of a convenience store. Just out of a chest freezer in a convenience store, and you can get this fucking level of ice cream goodness.
It was huge as well. Like, I couldn't finish it. It was really nice.
I had Kaede's. I finished Kaede's.
The ice cream was like
it was beautiful. I think he is. Don't know. I think he is related to the Pringle guy. I think there's like a sort of family of
family of food guys.
Family of food guys, and the Monopoly Man sort of broke away. I only like my ice cream hermetically sealed. Is the best way. It's the only way.
And we did we tried a lot of the different like alcoholic drinks that were in cans. This is like a plum one, 6%. This was. It was quite nice. It was okay. Not one of the best ones I tried, but it was quite nice.
I mean, they had some that went up to like
Sake.
9 or 12%. It's like some of the alcohol that you get in the convenience stores is really fucking quite heavy duty. You can get
fucking full on.
you can get bottles of sake, like a fucking 1.5 to 2 liter bottle of sake, like a plastic fucking bottle of sake. And I just remember seeing that being like, what?
It's like this size. It's like the kind of bottles you get like vegetable oil in,
Yeah.
like huge ones.
Yeah. And they
Like
had the
that,
same. They
but
had
it's
the
like
same with
full of
wine.
whiskey and
Yeah.
wine and sake. It was mad.
Yeah, like a giant plastic jug of fucking wine.
And there's a little Zelda Kirby.
A little Zelda Kirby. Yay, Zelda Kirbis.
So the main reason we didn't do much this day because it was the day after Super Nintendo World, so we were a bit knackered. So we had quite a chill day. All of these like things were really close to the hotel. But then one of the main reasons we were keeping it quite chill is because our friends... Do you want to explain electric eel shock now, or shall we explain later?
I mean, explain how much explanation are we going into here?
Oh, just how we know these people.
So we have a reasonably long history with electric eel shock. Cade's goes back further than mine. They're a heavy metal band.
15 years.
From Tokyo, Japan, and I know them basically through Bob, who is the guy that was mine and Cade's priest at our wedding, who's a stand-up comedian who we know and love and is wonderful, and he used to be their tour manager. But years and years and years ago, Cade used to do their social media in the UK. So we've known them for a long time, and anytime they come and tour, because they tour all around the world all the time, and anytime they sort of tour, we always kind of go and hang out with them, and they've kind of stayed over in our house like once or twice, and we've always gone out drinking with them after gigs and all that kind of stuff. So when we were going to Japan, we were like, oh, we'll come visit, which is cool because Aki, the lead singer, lives in Osaka. So
Is this guy making a silly face?
Yeah, that's Aki. So the day after Super Nintendo Land or Super Nintendo World, Aki took us out for Okonomayaki, which is Osaka pancakes. Proper authentic. Like he took us into the real places. Do you know what I mean? None of the places was English menus. It was like, right, this is.
Oh yeah, just to set a scene, you know. So we are staying like right next to fucking Super Nintendo World. It's just full of like hotels and all that, right?
Yeah.
And then we take a train into not even the center of Osaka, like into a sort of suburb of Osaka. And he tells us, he's like, right, I'll meet you at this station, okay? Yeah. He's like, I can't remember what the name of it was, but he's like, I'll meet you at this station. And we're like, okay.
Was it not just like Osaka main central station?
No, it was an actual... Maybe? I can't remember. Anyway, he's like, I'll meet you here. And we're like, okay, cool. And then we sort of get there-ish, and we're like, where are you? And he's kind of like, oh, I'm here. And we're like, okay. And then we kind of go for a bit, and we're like, we think we're here, but we can't see you. And he's like, follow this line. And then it turns out he was like fucking a 5-minute walk away.
Yeah.
Because the fucking train stations are ridiculous.
The train station's fucking giant. It had like 2 basement levels, 1 ground level, and then 2 levels going up because it had like 1 raised train line, and then it had the fucking line for the Shinkansen, the bullet train at the top. And then when we went out, it was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be by like the north exit. And we were like, all right, okay. So we basically went out one part, and then we had to go up a set of stairs, go across a fucking busy highway, walk down another set of stairs, then go up another set of stairs, come back across the highway, go down, and then realise that next to the train station that we were in was another train station owned and operated by another train company, because that's how they do it. So it was like there was 2 train stations next to each, and you're just kind of like, could you not have given us like a slightly better set of directions than just like, I'm at this train station? I'm just there somewhere.
I think when you probably live there, you just kind of, you're like, oh yeah, I'm just here.
Do you know, if I lived there, I'd be like, right, I am at this. I would be using like that 3 words. Do you know what I mean, or something like that.
That's what you need.
I'd be dropping a Google pin and being like, this square meter of tarmac is where I am, because it's like coming from Glasgow, I'm kind of used to the idea of someone being like, I'll meet you at Central Station, and you're like, right, okay, I can see everything in Central Station from everywhere because it's just one big empty space, and generally you meet under the clock. Because there's a big clock hanging from the ceiling. So
but then they put that stupid thing under the clock, and you can't meet under the clock anymore. But
bastards.
Whatever.
That's it, bastards. But yeah.
So anyway, we finally meet up with him, and he's like, okay, I'm going to take you to this other area. So we get on a train with him, and we go a few stops to this like suburb, not suburb, but just kind of outskirts of the city.
Yeah.
Just where he kind of like was kind of like, I think, sort of born and has lived like kind of forever. And then he takes us through like the fucking red light district. The kinky shops, as they call them.
Yeah.
Right, proper like back alley kind of style. It was really interesting.
Bear in mind, we had Nate with us, our 13-year-old son, and he had his 12-year-old kid with him as well. And we're just kind of like, obviously, his 12-year-old kid's probably used to this living here, but he's just like walking past all these like sex shops, being like, oh yeah, the ones with the pink signs there, they're the kinky shops, and we're like, cool, nice. Avert your eyes, young Nathan. Avert your eyes.
But it takes us to this proper like down a back street, like no English, like, and this is all they do is Okonomayaki. So this is like a big hot plate in the middle, and we were sitting like either side, and it was literally like an old guy and like what I presume is his wife running it. Just this tiny little place. He had this TV that was playing some kind of like Japanese soap opera or something.
Yeah. Like
quite loudly.
Yeah, totally.
And it was amazing. Like, I think there was only a couple other people in the place. It was a wee place.
Yeah.
And he got he made some yakisoba, which is the noodles. And the guy like makes it. I think like if you sit at the bar in front of the sort of main kitchen-y bit hot plate, then they make it like in front of you.
Yeah.
But we kind of like had a wee booth because there was a few of us.
Yeah.
So he made this like yakisoba and then brought that over. And it was amazing because Aki was just like ordering, obviously. You know, he was like, he kept asking, he was like, are you okay kind of with things? And I was like, you order because we want to...
you guys wanted to experience the authenticness. I was just kind of sitting there going, I'll get chips on the way home. But the way that food works in these kind of restaurants is kind of interesting because it's like we're so used to people like waiters or waitresses coming around and sort of serving you really slowly. And it's like if you kind of feel like you're kind of in their way. Like if you shouted at one of them and went like service or whatever, you would feel like you were sort of stepping on someone's toes and they would come over a bit pissed off and, you know, you would get like logies in your food or whatever. So it's like we're kind of like, we don't have that kind of vibe. Whereas in Japan, it's like they just shout, "Sumimasen," and then they turn around and they're like, "Can we get one of these?" And it's like, yeah. And it's like, it's just like that constantly. It's like, it's almost like a sort of tapas idea where you're constantly getting little plates and little servings and little bits and bobs rather than like ordering your whole fucking meal.
Yeah.
And getting it all brought out after like half an hour of disappointment.
So we had yakisoba, and then we had an omelette that kind of like quite quickly disappeared. We had some edamame.
There was lots of edamame.
There was lots of edamame, yeah.
Yeah.
And this was the pièce de résistance, which is okonomiyaki, also called Osaka pancake.
Yeah.
Which was unlike anything I've ever had, and I'm quite desperate to make it myself.
We have got recipes.
Yes. It was amazing. Like, Yeah, they are. They're huge bonito flakes, so they always you always get the little effect, like when they put them on, they kind of like dance because it's like because the heat. So it's like so basically you've got like this savory pancake, and then they have this like sweet and savory sauce.
Yeah.
That's quite it's basically like Okonomayaki sauce. Which he explained it was quite close to Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, it was
I can't say that.
giving us a big sort of explanation of how like people from Japan came to England and discovered Worcestershire sauce,
Yeah.
and kind of loved it, and then sort of like came back to Japan and made their own version of it, which is like a slightly sweeter version, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool.
And then the white stuff's the like Kewpie mayo.
Yeah.
And then there's lots of different things that were put on top of it. Lots of different seasonings, and it was amazing. And
yeah, honestly, there's just like
incredible.
the food, like food in Japan is like it feels like such a fundamental part of their culture, and they treat it with like such care and respect and artistry. Like everything is done so well. And it's like I was saying the other day, where it's like our idea of going out for a meal is all about like the experience and the restaurant setting and the service that you get and all that kind of stuff, and the food's kind of secondary to that. Whereas in Japan, it's like the main thing is the food. The food has got to be absolutely fucking banging, and everything else is kind of irrelevant.
I mean, I feel like obviously you're going to talk about like your cultural observations, but I feel like I could talk for a long time about food. But it really got me thinking about like our relationship with food, our like local food, like all of that kind of stuff, which I'm not going to go into because we could talk about it for hours.
Yeah.
But it's a much, I don't know, it's just I think they have a nicer relationship with food. And it's really fucking tasty and cheap. And yeah, that was amazing. And we got loads of beers.
Yeah.
And and then on the way back, did I take a photo? Oh, I didn't take a photo, but on the way back, we went past the stall which had the little fish guys, which I can't remember the name of right now. But it's a little pastry in like a fish shape, and it's filled with red bean paste, and it's hot.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. I'm sure someone will know the name of them. But we had one of them as well, and then we took a little photo all together.
Yay!
Which was nice. Yaki.
I mean, Aki's the lead singer of a heavy metal band. He can't do a normal face.
Was it Shin Imaya?
I don't think so.
Mia Station. Don't think so.
Name doesn't ring a bell.
I can't remember. I remember we got very very turned around.
Yeah. It was like right in the middle of like a lot of skyscrapers. I do remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, we took some cute photos together, and then on the way back, excuse me, we stumbled upon this beatboxer.
Oh fuck yeah! This guy was dope. I can't hear the volume. I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No, I can't hear it. Wait, hang on. I'll see if it's my end. Yeah, hang on. I had it muted.
All right. Yeah, so they were amazing.
Yeah, he was
just
really,
like
really good.
The fucking buskers in Japan they're just next level.
The buskers,
but yeah, like
buskers in Japan are like 50-50. There's millions of them, right? When you go to like one of the busy train stations. Oh yeah. Don't play that.
So good. I remember hearing that when we were walking up to it, being like, is that like music, something coming out of someone's car?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's a person.
No, it's just a busker. But like the
I just really liked it.
yeah. Yeah, like buskers in Japan, there's millions of them at like any like around the main street around the main train stations where the pavements are a bit wider, and normally at the street corners there'll be a busker. And quite often there'll be like busker and then a sort of gap about like maybe 5-10 meters, and then another busker, and then a gap of like 5-10 meters, then another busker. And it's like 50-50. There'll be some incredible vocalist with like a guitar or a beatboxer. And we saw one guy, I don't know if we got photos or videos of him, but there's one guy in fucking Shinjuku who had like projectors and was doing stuff with fucking Ableton and shit like that.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, just like all kinds of like mad fucking stuff. Or so it's 50% fucking incredible things, and the other 50% is just like really bad karaoke. Do you know what I mean? The number of guys.
It's amazing though.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, they go for it.
There's some Pokemons.
Pokemons. Gotta Pokemons.
And now, here's a fun thing.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the weirdest little fun things that I discovered. So, we're chilling out that night in the hotel.
Yeah.
And we're watching a bit of Japanese TV, to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And flicking through, and like, coming upon this, and I'm like, I noticed that, like, that's not a Japanese show, that's like a British show.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play it to see if anyone like recognizes what this is. Well, once it loads up. It's quite quiet actually. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it, okay? That's amazing, Furan. Niall has 3K subs on YouTube and releasing videos every few months. I need to go and follow them.
Yeah, can you post that link in a Discord?
Yeah, because they were amazing.
He was really sick.
But this was
the Great
British Sewn Bee.
Yeah.
Which is a BBC reality competition show, very twee.
Yeah.
Where people sew and make things and people get kicked out. But instead of just subtitling it, they've dubbed over every person with a different voice.
Yeah, they dubbed a whole lot. We saw, like, in our time in Japan, I think we saw 2 British TV shows. One of them was a Great British Sewing Bee. The other one, randomly, was this, like, sort of mini documentary thing about about these guys trying to build a miniature model railway with
the
like
longest in the world.
The longest model railway in the world, using little tiny model steam trains that went from Fort William up the 82, which is my favorite road in the world, randomly, to Inverness. And they built this like little tiny model railway from Fort William up to Inverness, which is probably about 100 miles or so. It's quite a fucking distance. And we're just sitting there in Japan watching this fucking documentary about these guys building this.
It's all been overdubbed.
Yeah, all been overdubbed into Japanese. And it was just the most surreal thing. Like, out of all the TV that they could have taken from Britain, they went for like the tweest, nicest puff piece kind of stuff. It was really bizarre. Really bizarre.
It was really funny. And just the whole like taking the effort to like fully overdub things rather than just subtitling still kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's really funny that they got like, like I don't know how it works with the fucking sewing bee because each person was a different voice. So do
Yeah.
you think they have like different people doing the voices, and then if their person gets kicked out, they're like, oh,
I
I
think
don't have any more work.
they would just get the Japanese equivalent of me putting on different accents for them all. You know what I mean, mate? You know
No,
like
it was
the
definitely different people.
yeah. We'd love to know what sort of voice
It
Japanese
was
broadcasters would use as a dub over for me. Exactly. It'd be fascinating.
it was
That's
just
really how you know yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's the best way to really know thyself. To get a Japanese TV company to overdub you in Japanese and see what kind of voice they use.
I don't
Was
know
this
why I took this video. It's just
is this because of the gates?
maybe
I do have comments to make about the gates at some point in my cultural
save it for
observations.
your cultural observations, though.
Yeah. So I don't know if I actually tweeted about them, but I had an idea for a tweet lined up. I don't think I actually went through with it.
So this was us on the way to Kyoto.
Yay!
Although I don't know if this was.
There wasn't a bullet train.
That's right. Yeah.
Because this was a direct line that we took to get to Kyoto. They took us pretty close to the hotel because we were staying in. His little boy getting his pants pulled down by a little wolf.
Doggo.
Yes.
Yeah, we were staying like. Well, we were not that far from Kyoto Central, was it? I don't think we're that. Yeah, we weren't that far from Kyoto Central.
Was it Kyoto Central? I can't remember. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Kyoto Central that we stayed in. But there was a hotel. There was a station under one of the main shopping streets.
Is that the dog that waited for its person forever? No, that was a dog in Edinburgh.
That's Greyfriars Bobby.
Yeah, that's not Greyfriars Bobby. That's just a shitty dog.
That's Greyfriars arsehole. The funniest thing about that statue, right? And there was quite a few of them around that place. I think it's obviously some kind of famous story, but they were all anatomically correct.
Mm.
Boy had a little penis.
Yeah, which just.
But it's one of those things that it's like, again, it comes down to this whole like difference between how cultures work. Because obviously in Britain they'd be like, oh no, we're not gonna have a model of a child's penis. That's insane. Whereas in Japan they're just like, well, yeah, it's a kid. He's got a booby. What's wrong with it?
That was a really cool. Remember that really cool building?
I fucking love that building.
It's a very fucking cool building.
Like Kyoto's like really
this big rock.
Kyoto's like really old, and there's a lot of like ancient sort of feeling like wooden buildings and stuff like that. And then there's obviously a lot of the sort of more modern like 80s blocks that they've got. And then there was just this thing in the middle of it, this like fucking brutalist masterpiece just sitting there.
Stunning.
Looking fucking awesome.
Because it looks like it's like a big building that someone's just like dropped a rock on, And it's just like the rock's just fucking sitting there.
Isn't there one in Japan too? Like the person left on the train never came back. Oh, I don't know. Stardust never knew that. Possibly. Possibly.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, no. Divert to your impressive knowledge.
So before we go on and talk about the festival,
yes.
One of my, because I'm a big bird geek, one of my funnest discoveries of Kyoto is that they have black kites. So birds of prey, big birds of prey that just live in the city. And there's a fuck ton of them.
I think I've got
a video here.
Yeah, no, I think I got some photos like zoomed in close. But if you show the video.
I've got a video like later when we're in the sort of city. But
hey, Powerful Can.
You see them just flying about.
Yeah.
They're just fucking flying about everywhere.
Yeah.
Loads of them.
It seems
Fucking
mad
loads of them.
because it's
Great.
like proper big fucking birds of prey, like giant like kites. I mean, they're not small.
No, they're
Big
huge.
proper birds of prey, and it's like here, you know, I mean, we don't get anything like that unless it's like really rare out in the countryside because we kill the fuck out of everything that's beautiful and wonderful and only let the flying rats around. But there, it's like literally in the middle of one of the busiest cities on the whole of Japan, and there's just fucking giant birds of prey, like fucking eagle kind of things, just swooping about.
Fucking
It's
cool.
nuts.
This was what was this temple called?
Fuck, I can't remember.
Let me find it. You can. Well, do you know about the festival, or do you want me to explain about the festival?
So I know the bullet points, I guess.
Okay.
So
If you want to, you've got photos. If you want to go through your photos, I can kind of
all right.
talk about it. So also just before you go, it's a really, really, really gorgeous like temple and stuff.
Wait, hang on.
Oh, that's not right.
I think it's gone on the wrong.
I mean, I've got photos and videos. Like, if you don't have them, I have lots.
There you go. That's better. That's better. So here's a
I have
photo.
no idea what the announcement said.
Here's a photo that's really important because this was in Osaka. This is a photo of trains, which Kaede loves because it's all industrial and stuff. And also, it becomes very apparent where a lot of the design for Death Stranding comes from because this looks exactly like a lot of the containers. Anyway,
okay, so shall I explain?
Yes.
So when we decided on the date for traveling and stuff like that, we were very, very lucky that one of the dates that we're going to, the date that we were traveling to Kyoto was the last day of what's called the Setsubun Festival, which is generally held in Kyoto in a few different shrines. I'm trying to find the name of this one. Was this the Osaka?
Possibly,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is called the Osaka Shrine. And so the Setsubun Festival is kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of sort of like the Hogmanay kind of idea, and it's all about like getting rid of the last year, because obviously this is on like the traditional calendar, not the fucking what's the calendar we use called?
The Roman
In the
calendar.
Western Roman calendar. But this is like set on the kind of traditional calendar that they used to use. So it's like the end of the year, and then this festival is about like the start of the year. And so there's a lot of different like things that they do. One part which we missed because it was the day before we were going to be in Kyoto. They tend to have a lot of the demons and stuff like that. So they'll have a lot of the people dressed up as the demons, and then they get chased out because it's part of like chasing away the bad spirits and bringing in the new. And one of the things they do, which I do need to research why they do it, but it's customary to throw beans outside your front door.
Yeah. Got some of the beans.
Which I what's that?
We got some of the beans.
We did get some beans.
Yeah.
And it's to do with obviously bringing you kind of abundance for the next year. Yes, it's one of my favourite temples to picture at night. Yeah, it does look like it'll be really, really stunning at night. Obviously, we were there during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, beans in New Year. It's a thing. Lunar calendar.
New Year beans.
Year beans. But this was like the second part, so it generally runs like 3 or 2 days. And this was like the second part, which was the main thing was geisha dance, and I was like, we can't miss that. The
Yeah.
chance to see geisha dance is, you know, not something that you get the chance of every single day.
Do I have videos? I don't know if my videos that I have uploaded.
Oh, I've got some videos if they didn't.
Because like I don't know why my Google Photos hasn't taken all of my photos, but I got way more than this, and this is a lot. But yeah, I had some like really nice videos of them all dancing and stuff like that.
I can show some videos.
Yeah, actually, that's what you like.
But it was like it genuinely like brought me to tears when I was watching it. Not that I had any clue what was going on, although they did say I kept hearing a couple of words. I think it was to do with like food and like about having tasty food and stuff like that.
Got dancing.
Vertical. Oh, I won't be able to hear it.
No.
Oh, okay. It's just stunning though.
That actually, the audio in that loops really well, randomly.
And I just finished watching oh, what was that thing I'd watched on Netflix?
Cooking for the Michael House.
Yeah. Which is stunning, by the way. If you like sort of TV shows that have got like really good like cooking in them, that's the one to watch. But I just finished watching that, and it was magical, like just so beautiful, so like ethereal almost.
And this is them doing the bit after the dance where they're chucking the beans out into the crowd.
Oh wait, I might have a couple of videos before you go there.
Same. Chucking the beans, grab the beans.
I might have. I've got some more videos of like them dancing and stuff before you go to the beans.
Sorry, I did the beans already.
You did the beans.
Did the beans. I went full beans ahead.
He did the beans, of course. Yes. He did.
The beans are in bags. You get bags of beans.
So yeah, that was really fucking special.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the beans are in a bag like for a reason. I don't know if maybe it's so they don't, you know, hit someone in the eye or something. But yeah, so after they've danced, they all come out and throw out beans. And I don't know if like I'm guessing it's lucky if you catch the beans.
Yeah. Well, before we went in for the dancing and stuff like that, they also do a very traditional like lottery kind of thing where you go and buy like little tickets from a thing, and then you go up and exchange those tickets for like a thing, and then you go
for another thing.
You exchange that ticket to thing where you put your hand in a bag, and then you get you get like a little lottery ticket that's got like a special number on it, and then you go up and you get a prize. And it's like it's all just like random things. I wasn't really sure.
Sorry.
It's all right. Like when I saw people getting stuff and doing the lottery, I was like, "Oh, this could be exciting. What are people getting from it?" And then when we went up to the place where you claim your prize and hand the ticket over, they just had like big giant boxes of like fucking tinfoil and like bags of coffee and stuff like that. So people were just getting random groceries.
Yeah. We won the most random shit.
Yeah, I think we won like I think we got like a bottle of
We got a
juice.
bottle of green tea. We
Bottle of
got
green
some
tea.
powdered like lemon tea,
Yeah.
and those weird collagen tablet things.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Some weird collagen weight loss tablets, which was great.
No, it's not weight loss. It's for like collagen, you know.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's for skin things.
Yeah.
Just saying to Emma, they're throwing them nicely in a bag. I'd be pelting people. Yeah. Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
the fundamental difference between Scottish and Japanese culture right there. Is that we'd be leathering folks with them. Happy New Year! Bang!
it was like, it was just really, I mean, the whole geisha thing is fascinating, and to actually get to see like one of the sort of proper traditional like dances, I just felt really special.
Yeah.
You know, like just to be able to take part and everything like that, it just felt like really fucking special.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. So
It was
then, oh no, wait, sorry.
no, it was just very, very cool.
That was
It
the
was
geishas getting
escorted.
escorted out. Had to have some pretty heavy security for the geishas.
I think they might be Maikos, which I don't know what the English word for that is.
Like trainee geishas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they didn't have the neck.
No, they
Things.
do. Look, they've got a little triangle.
Was it not at the bottom? I thought it was at the bottom, not the top.
No. Anyway, it was incredible.
Yeah.
And like it really the other thing that I really enjoyed about it, which like I'd really wanted to experience, is in like the little path into the shrine, there was all of these like food stalls and stuff. So there was all this like food getting sold, and it just had this like really cool like festival sort of energy.
Yeah.
And I managed to blag myself a kimono.
Yeah.
Like a second-hand one.
Yeah. And a big gorgeous belt as
Proper
well.
heavy. I don't know if it's silk.
It feels like it.
I think it might be. For a really, really cheap price. Which was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because there was like little stalls selling things and stuff like that. So lived there for years and never saw that. Really wish I had. Yeah, like it's that kind of thing in it. Like when you're a tourist, you go and see things, and when you kind of stay somewhere, you don't really, you don't really bother with it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very glad that we got to see that, and that was one of the highlights for me, definitely. It was just like not only seeing the sort of dance, and that was just taking part in what felt like a really traditional thing. Like just getting to take part in it all, like felt really fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. For real, for real.
You were going to say something before I interrupted.
I was just gonna say, yeah, look, is that cool building from another angle? Look how cool that is.
Oh yeah, because you took photos of it, didn't you?
It's so good.
It's very
so good. So after that, me and Kaede went out for like a sort of walk, and up to get some tasty dinner.
And checked in.
Yeah, we checked in to the hotel because I forgot that we didn't. We put our luggage in a locker before we went to the ryokan.
Go back.
Go back. Sorry.
Go back. That's okay. Go back. Go back.
I do love brutalism. I'll get that one in my graphic overlay. I'll try. So yeah, so we stayed in proper ryokan.
Yep. This was our room.
Yep.
For the couple of days that we spent there. It was okay.
Yeah, it was
like
lovely.
Pretty basic. There's enough room though. Like there was a lot of space.
Yeah.
And had like a really nice like shower room. And then the place had like a private bath that you could hire, which was nice because it was like bigger than like a normal bath.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, it was cool.
Me and Emma ate breakfast under that bridge every morning. Oh,
Under the
sweet.
bridge downtown, I ate my brekkie subs.
But yeah, I love brutalism as well. Brutalism's my favourite thing.
There's Dennis. Thank you very much for the 4 months. It's very kind. Konnichiwa. There's Dennis-san. Welcome in, pal. How you doing?
And then giant crabs again.
Yay, giant crabs.
I don't know who makes these giant crabs in Japan, but they're making a fucking killing because there's giant crabs everywhere.
I think there's actually like an invasion of they're baby kaiju, baby crab kaiju,
Oh,
and
is
this
that
is
what it is?
yeah,
Okay.
this is they sort of they what they do is they latch on to crab restaurants so that people think it's like a sort of advertising thing, and people kind of let them sort of chill. But
got you.
You'll see if you're very lucky or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. If you ever go into one of those restaurants on your own, just be very wary, because if you go in pairs, the crabs leave you alone. But if you go in on your own as a solo person, then sometimes what they'll do is you just see one arm swoop down in one fluid motion, pick you up, and you get nommed, and then the crab slowly grows a couple of feet over the next couple of days.
I got those vibes because I never wanted to go into any of those restaurants. I was just like, I don't trust it. It made me think of Bloodborne. I was like, I'm not going near that thing.
Yeah.
Just not. Anyway, have you got some nighttime photos?
I do have some nighttime photos. By the way, you said you didn't go to Nishiki Market, and these pictures like 2 minutes away. I mean, we might have gone there by accident. So, oh no, there goes Tokyo. No crabs. Exactly. Oh no, there goes Tokyo. Bum 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 bum. Crabzilla. So Kyoto at night is fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that I think is the path leading up to the temple that we were in. I think that's another gate going in.
Yeah, that's the other side of it.
Yeah. And then we went to this really cool little place. This is matcha beer. It's matcha beer.
Probably like one of my favourite food things of the whole trip.
It was lovely.
The matcha beer was really good.
Matcha beer was great.
I wasn't
not expecting it to be good.
No, I was just like, we better try it because it would be silly not to try it.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being really fucking nice.
Yeah, we went into like a little place that was called, what was it called? Like
Loosen Up.
Loosen Up. I was going to say it was called something like Chill Out, but it was called Loosen Up.
Enough.
And it was just like a wee tempura place, and it was like just like a one guy with like a little kitchen in a little place, just making tempura, and it was fucking banging.
So good. So good. I had the tendon.
Yeah.
Which is, I think if you go back, I think it's like 10. It's meant to be like 10 different things. So I think it's like 10 different things, like tempura.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. So fucking good.
Yeah.
Like just so good.
I did start. I did actually try some, which was the first time that I'd ever tried eating anything like that, and possibly the first time I'd ever tried eating any of the vegetables that were inside the tempura. And you know what? Right, a lot of my brain freakouts when it comes to food is like a texture thing, and especially when it comes to like vegetables that are kind of like hard and slimy at the same time, and that kind of like makes my brain go. Ah. But one of the textures that my brain really enjoys is crispy things. So like making tempura versions of things makes my brain very happy. So I do think I'm going to try and teach myself how to do tempura stuff. So I could then try and expand my mind and eat more things, because it was nice. It was tasty. I enjoyed it.
It was incredible. Oh no, wait! I've got a picture of the. You can eat it with a spoon. I've got a picture of the menu here. Hana tendon. 15 ingredients are made into bite-sized tempura. Shrimp, squid, scallop, fish, chicken, namafu, which is wheat gluten, eggplant, burdock root, pumpkin, myoga, pickled ginger, and cream cheese. Fucking cream cheese tempura. Holy shit, it was amazing. It was weird, but it was fucking cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, just all in this like beautiful little dish.
Yeah. Yeah, so Lesden, as like a I think a lot of my food issues are like autism related because it's a very sensory thing. It's a very sort of sensory freak out to do with like the textures. But generally speaking, the term for what I have, and I don't know if it's a symptom or if it's like an actual condition itself, but it's normally referred to as ARFID, which is acute restrictive food intake disorder, which essentially is I have a very, very, very limited food intake. So restrictive food intake disorder would just be I have a limited intake, but in my case, it's like I eat like 5 things. Yeah, ARFID. So, but I think in my case, it's more of a sort of symptom of general autism-y things. I've always been the same with crunchy veg. See, like crunchy, crispy things are okay with me. It's like slimy things, especially when things are like hard and slimy at the same time. My brain can't do it. But crispy, fluffy
we're just
things.
gonna tempura everything and they'll be fine.
Just tempura the fuck out of everything. Yeah.
Also, can I just mention how much I
food?
loved
Yes.
food. How lovely these little like newly paved, because it's like obviously new brick.
Yeah.
But they were like just the streets in Kyoto were unbelievable.
Absolutely fucking gorgeous. Yeah. Like
pristine.
When I was 6, the dinner lazy forced me to eat coleslaw before I could go outside and it seemed to trigger something. I think I had a very similar experience, to be honest, in primary 1. But also a few other things happened. I had like a burst eardrum and then I couldn't eat food properly because I couldn't chew things properly. I couldn't chew anything tough. So my mum gave me sausages and chips because that's like quite light, like skinless sausages you don't have to bite through. And that just kind of stuck as my sort of version of safe food.
I love her go-to.
Yeah.
It's like you can't eat anything like too crunchy or that here. I'll give you sausages and chips.
Yeah, I know. But like this, I think this photo here like demonstrates something perfectly for me, which is like, look how fucking clean that is. There's like not a single piece of litter, not a single fucking bottle, bit of paper, anything on that street. And like Tokyo's the exact fucking same. And Tokyo's like one of the busiest cities in the fucking world. And the thing
find a love hotel.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Lots of love hotels in Kyoto. Kyoto's a very, very, very expensive and very sexy place if you want the sexy things. But the thing that kind of like blows my mind about the whole like litter and cleanliness thing is that like there's no bins anywhere. Like in Tokyo and stuff like that, like even in the busiest parts of Shinjuku and stuff, there was like no fucking bins on the street. And it's like in Glasgow, there's shit everywhere and there's bins everywhere that are overflowing. And I'm just kind of like, how the fuck can we not learn just to take shit home and put it in a bin? Like, how can we not figure this stuff out?
I think it's because they make it into like a personal thing. Obviously, it's like a cultural thing. But I think they make it as like your personal responsibility. And I think that just like makes people litter. You'd think if there was more bins, it'd be more litter. But I think they've like flipped on the head.
Yeah.
And made it like, the opposite.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense.
Oh, that's right, Stardust. Yeah, the love hotels.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like even like married couples that like, because it's traditional to like still stay with.
Yeah, if you're looking after your old relatives and stuff.
So it's like they have to go to fucking these random hotels just to get some peace and quiet.
It's a lot of pressure. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of pressure. Like, no, Wednesday night. Come on, we're off to the Love Hotel. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of like pressure to perform being put on there.
It is.
Although chances are there's probably a lot of couples just going to them, as you say, just to get some peace and quiet.
Probably just to like sleep.
just gaze peace.
Just gaze peace.
Just gaze peace.
This is just a photo of the insane. This isn't even the most insane.
Yeah, this is quite
just the
light.
Insane wiring in Japan, which I don't know how it exists and how it like.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like it is just waiting to fucking fall apart.
It's wild.
But everywhere is like this.
And it's one of the things that I find fascinating is that, like, again, and this is like a sort of just a cultural thing, is that like for us in Britain especially, we're like, oh no, we need to be really discreet about hiding cables and hiding infrastructure and hiding like air vents and ducts and all that kind of stuff. We don't want anything to mess up this beautiful pristine building. And like the whole of Japan is just like fucking wires everywhere, just fucking everywhere. Every street you go down, you look up and it's just this fucking like bird's nest mess of fucking everything. You're right, yeah, propaganda is functional. It's like everything that's functional in Japan is like, no, but it's fine, this is doing stuff, don't worry about it. I used to get yelled at kindly if I put anything in the wrong recycling box. The thing I love about one of the things I love about Japan as well.
That's my finger.
There's your finger. Nice. It's a little finger selfie. Like one of the things I love about Japan as well is when it comes to separating garbage. And I don't think this is a translation thing. I think this is again like a sort of functional thing in terms of this is where you're putting stuff.
You're making a lot of cultural observations that definitely could be.
These are just coming off. These are just like hip fire ones as well. These aren't even related to anything I tweeted.
I know. I'm just just
the way the bins are labeled are basically like flammable and non-flammable. I find that fascinating.
No, is it not burnable?
That's flammable.
Well, yeah. Anyway, Kyoto's pretty. There's the two ducks. Is that what it was called again? No, the three ducks.
No, it's two ducks. They just can't count.
It's three ducks. Sorry, yeah, I'm not trying to cut you off.
Cancelled Westerner Japan explains Japan to other Westerners. I'm sorry. Then there's our we saw you from across the Ryokan and really dig your vibe photos.
Also, again, like I know it's customary to get robes in Ryokans, especially. You get the yukata robes.
Yeah.
But like everywhere gives you jammies. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like you're meant to just wear these with like your underwear under them and just walk about, you know.
Konnichiwa.
It's great. But this was the Ryokan, and it had like a cool little fire pit, and then like a nice little garden.
It was gorgeous.
That's a wee fire pit thing. And then this is the. Sorry, do you want to make any more observations before I move on?
I want to make an observation about that photo that you just brought up there.
Okay.
Guess what meal that is, friends? Guess what meal that is?
Sure, most people would be able to guess.
No, I mean, as in what time of day? That's fucking breakfast.
It is.
That's breakfast.
You got rice, you got fish, you got omelette, you got
rice,
pickles.
Got a fucking giant big slice of salmon. Got a bowl of soup. It's just like, what?
What don't you get? It's breakfast.
It's fucking bizarre.
It's breakfast.
I got the that was the Japanese breakfast. I got the wasn't a continental breakfast, was it? I can't
was it the American?
No, it was the continental breakfast I got. I didn't get the American breakfast. And basically the continental breakfast, right, was 2 slices of toast And normally you'd be like, only 2 slices of toast. That's ridiculous. I swear to fucking God, these slices of toast were like that thick.
They were
insane. Fucking huge. Like, just monsters. And then there was a weird yogurt. What the fuck flavor was it? I can't remember.
There was a weird soup thing, remember?
Oh, yeah. There was a weird soup thing.
Sweet corn.
Yeah, it was sweet corn in it. Sweet corn, and it was like it was fruit and sweet corn.
Not the same thing, but yeah.
And then there was like a fucking grapefruit that was like cut in half or something like that. But it was like the fucking sweet corn soup kind of thing. It's like a European continental breakfast. I remember just looking at it like, what?
Also, fun fact, they consider white bread to basically be like cake because white bread has got so much sugar in it.
Yeah.
Because obviously you get the fruit sandwiches, which is literally just cream and fruit in 2 slices of white bread.
Yeah.
They basically consider white bread to be like cake.
Yeah.
I mean, it basically is, let's be honest.
It totally is. Totally is. I dig that.
That's a fucked up looking tiger waving cat thing.
Yeah. That was a cool sticker.
Cool sticker.
I've got a photo of that cool sticker.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you have any photos you want to share just now, or do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, no, I've got one. Oh wait, hang on.
Pissing.
I accidentally. Let me get the photo.
Like milk bread is I don't know what milk bread is.
There you go. There's the photo.
What's your photo?
It's a good photo.
Oh yeah, I need to wait.
I'm very proud of this.
Oh
photo.
Shit, that's terrifying.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really scary.
It's my face.
Yep.
It's my face.
Yep.
Face. Anyway, sorry.
That's terrifying. Terrifying. But I've got some videos of the kites and stuff if you wanna move on to that, unless you've got anything else to share.
Everything else I've got is just from our next day up at the temple.
Okay. Cool. Well, this is Kyoto in the daytime. Also, weird thing that we noticed, and I still haven't researched into this, but in like the UK, right, when it turns to winter, obviously like there's trees and stuff that go brown, and there's plants that go brown and there's plants that die, but their grass also dies. But their grass looks like burnt. As if it's like gotten scorched.
It sounds like you're doing some botanical observations here, Kaede. We should move on with our photos of the rest of the day and have no more.
Fine, here's some kites.
Oh, there's one up there.
Look, there's one up there.
Yeah. Fucking huge. Universal. We did do Universal Studios. That was in Osaka. That was in our previous stream.
They're raptors.
Where we covered that.
Can you hear them shouting?
That's wild, because it's just like, a seagull sitting on top of a building.
It's a little observation for you there.
A big bird.
Did you discover any additional foods? I did try some other things in a few other places, just little bits and bobs. So I was kind of pushing the boat out quite a lot for me, which was nice.
It was very good. There's another wee kite just chilling out.
Look at that shit.
Also, the birds of prey are good because they keep vermin, like they keep down the levels of vermin and stuff like that. So they are really good for cities and stuff.
Yeah, for reals.
It's
a hawk. It's a kite. It's a black kite. They do control burns to maintain. No, Stardust. It's like it was everywhere. It was like all of their grass.
No,
Like literally all the grass everywhere was
like all the
was just
parks,
yellow.
everything. Like I don't think it actually has been scorched. What I mean is it's just got that like color. There's probably better photos of it than here because this is like long grass.
Yeah.
But it's like every park, every bit that had a bit that obviously would be like green grass was all yellow.
Yeah.
And it was just like that's kind of weird because that doesn't happen here. Like ours stays green. So a lot of the places had this like really yellow look to them, which was just interesting.
There's a few types of grass in Japan that go red in autumn and brown in winter, so it looks odd. That is mad.
Yeah.
Sort your shit out, Japan.
Yeah.
Sort your grass out. Fuck's sake.
Really weird. But Kyoto's a fun city. I did like Kyoto.
Kyoto's cool.
Really, do you know what it felt? It felt really creative. Not to be too cultural observation. But it had a right sort of creative kind of feel about it.
Yeah. Kyoto's very traditional by comparison to like Osaka.
It isn't though. Like...
Yeah, I mean it's like it's got a lot more sort of older buildings, and it feels like a lot more has been sort of preserved from the medieval periods and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's like everything's very, very, very artistic. Whereas like Osaka and Tokyo, it kind of feels like all the sort of visual overload that you get is more on a sort of technology advertising, sort of forcing stuff down your throat to buy kind of thing. Whereas Kyoto did feel a lot more just like art for art's sake. Do you know what I mean?
It was this really cool like division, and I don't know. Obviously, that they must have they must have rules and stuff like that. But when you're in like the old part, there's no billboards, there's no bright lights, there's no like fucking. You know, it was weird because like if you look on like Google Maps, no fucking
anywhere.
Well, but like if you look on Google Maps, it's like one side. You know, you've got like, all your takeaways and your McDonald's and everything like that, and then literally you cross the road and there's none.
Yeah.
Like there's restaurants and stuff, but there's no takeaways. There's just it's like we're preserving like the old area, and we're not putting like any of that modern shit. I think it's like Starbucks and stuff and occasional little things, but they're all in traditional buildings as well. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, for reals. Like big cities have ads and small. Well, I mean, Kyoto's a big city. Like Kyoto is, Kyoto was the capital of Japan until it moved to what was then called Edo, which is now called Tokyo. You know, about 150 years ago, I think. I'm not sure when it when it shifted, but Kyoto was like the traditional capital of Japan. Kind of like Stirling was the traditional capital of Scotland hundreds of years ago.
So did you say you had some photos of the temples you wanted to show off?
Yes. So I'll show so we took a walk up this really sort of beautiful sort of street walking up to this gorgeous fucking massive temple at the top, but we stopped off on the way at this like little shrine that has these sort of balls which you can buy and write messages on and tie to them. While we were in there and while we were walking up, we saw about like 3 wedding parties. I don't know if it's just the time of year, but there was so many like young couples that were getting married and going out and doing their photo shoots from getting married.
It's a thing as far as I know.
Yeah,
that it's like on maybe it's like the first day or when you get married. I think like the more temples you can visit, like the more like luck you have or something. So it's they do like a route basically of the temples when they get married.
Yeah, totally. So this was the little ball that we put up, where we wished for good vibes always, which I think is good vibes. And then we were walking up this like quite steep. I think that's one of the wedding couples, right there. But then walking up this like really quite steep, quite narrow street.
Really proper traditional, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we stopped off and got ice cream. It was good ice cream. It had like Kaede got the double header that was like matcha and vanilla with little balls.
It was very good.
Yeah,
it had the little balls for the little ball shrine.
Yeah. That balloon things was that was ours. That was our little ball that we tied. There it is. Kaede looking badass.
Although I got a really good selfie with the ice cream.
What's wrong with that photo?
That photo is terrifying.
That's great. It's you like.
No, that one's okay. That one's scary. That looks like a hostage photo.
Yeah, it looks like you're the Terminator, and you've just kidnapped someone, and you're like, eat the ice cream. Go on, eat the ice cream. It won't harm you.
It's
Humans
just
like ice cream, don't you?
It's the angle and the sort of quite scary. But that place was really cute. It's this wee like sort of pudding place just down the lane.
Yeah.
And they had all these little jars of this like pudding, which I got one off.
Yeah.
And it was really fucking cool. Just this little place.
It was gorgeous.
Desserty sort of place.
Yeah. And then just up the road from there was this big temple, which is ancient, and this was all locked off. I think they're doing like work on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that was cool and massive. There's my finger selfie.
Yeah.
And then we kind of walked up again from there. So this is looking down, heading up. This is like this whole street. It's very, very, very touristy, but cool as fuck. Proper old and just filled with loads of like mad wee traditional shops. And we popped into one. I really like this photo. I don't know what it is. Adadad, adadadad, adadadad, adadad, adadadad, adadad. Happy birthday stream. I would say happy birthday, but it's not your birthday today, is it? No. You hoodwinked everyone, you big hoodwinker. Happy almost birthday to you.
Happy birthday, but I'm not doing that.
Happy almost birthday to you. Happy almost birthday. Went on a bit longer than expected. I mean, you were powering through, Chief. You were absolutely going for it. And good fucking times. Happy, happy, happy. Joy, joy, joy. How you doing, pals? Welcome in. How was the rest of your stream? That sounded slightly threatening. I apologise. How was the rest of your stream, pal? Hey, who are you up to? Did you get to play PUBGs? Sorry I didn't get a chance to jump in at any point, but I was like working all day and then making dinner and then preparing for this. So it's like I didn't get a chance to hang out. I wanted to hang out. I didn't get a chance. Golf looked like fun though. And that video ad, holy shit, that video.
That was amazing.
Beautiful.
Can you just quickly go to my screen just in case ad needs to run off because I've got a photo that he really needs to see. Just really important that you see this.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Just really important
that
you see this.
Maybe I'll stay. This is the Japan content we need.
This is the peak male performance, but people just don't want to admit it.
Yeah. that is the absolute peak of male performance right there. I mean, if your balls aren't scraping the floor, can you really call
What's
yourself?
The point?
You really call yourself a man?
What's the point?
Exactly. The expression of the Tanuki. Yeah, exactly.
He was my favourite. He was so big as well. Look at the size of him.
Absolute fucking unit. Absolute
I
unit.
loved him so much.
I love the fact he's like holding like bag and a bottle like he's just going out to the shops. But he's got that he's got that expression in his face like, "Hi, Mrs. Johnson. How are you doing? You okay?"
He's just
What?
gently screaming.
I didn't forget to put my pants on again, Mrs. Johnson. Ah. Yeah, the sombrero behind the head really finishes it off.
It's like a traditional like rice hat. But
We do actually, Lama. We do have some videos. Kate just showed a video of Burbs that I think you would be quite into.
this wasn't a video because I feel like it captures everything in the still photo.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
so beautiful. I really wanted to get like a big Tanuki statue.
Yeah.
But A, I was scared of getting it back and it not breaking, and B, they were quite expensive.
Yeah.
But I would love to have one of them just in the house.
And see, like I would feel like my masculinity would be threatened on a daily basis by that. So, I mean, I would end up probably just walking around the house, with my bollocks out, possibly with little weights attached to them, just to try and drag them down, so I could get to that level of male performance.
Peak performance.
Yeah, just to get to the point where my balls are actually scraping. Do you know what I mean? I think we may have to just end the stream there. I don't think it's going to get any better than that. You'd have to ask the wee man to wait in Japan while you two bring the Tanuki home. Yeah, I mean, we could just we could bring the Tanuki home on Nate's ticket.
I just literally like put him in a plane seat.
Yeah,
we could have done that.
Saggy balls are in this season. What do you mean this season? Saggy balls are always in.
This little guy.
So back to the regularly scheduled content.
Oh, you didn't get my little guy. That's fine.
What little guy? I know what little
guy.
No,
that's
where's
fine.
The little guy?
No, you don't need to see my little guy.
Where's the little guy?
My little guy?
Where's the little guy? Hey, look at that little guy. That is a good little guy.
Also, little guys.
Oh, they were good little guys.
Good little guys.
So, yeah.
Oh, and that was really cool as well.
Oh yeah, that's a really good example of. So we're talking about this the last time. So I have both streams peaked at the Boz content. All streams peak at the Boz content, Furan. You should know this. That's how Twitch works.
I'm guessing ad is a way to collapse now.
Possibly.
But thank you for bringing everybody over.
Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. So like this is a beautiful example of something that we were talking about very briefly on Tuesday, which is like the way that they do food advertising and how they have little models of all the food in the window so you know exactly what you're getting. And this was like an ice cream shop. And like, look at that. That's all little models of food so that when you're walking in, you're like, you don't have to look at the menu. You just look at that shit and you're like, nom, 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 nom. I want other things.
Even like the little coffees and the little...
Yeah.
Like, so fucking cool.
So cool. So good.
Do I have anything else? That was the pudding place.
That was the pudding place where you could get puddings.
And I did get pudding. Look, there it is.
There it is. There's a pudding bag.
That was the only other thing we didn't show. Was the ball matched my trousers?
It did match your trousers. Yeah.
So that was good vibes.
We got a very punk ball, and Kaede was wearing very punk trousers. Connection seems to be a lot better. Thanks. Seem to be doing okay with it, which is nice.
I think we fixed it.
Fixed. Yay. Hello, I fixed it. Not an F in sight. No, there's not an F in sight. It's SITE. There's no Fs at all. Yay.
Anyway,
That is an album cover. So swoosh. So this little street, this goes up to the big cool ass temple, and this had so much just fucking gorgeous stuff, but it was very steep. And then when you get to the top of it, you get this fucking temple, which is just stunning. Like, this whole place is just gorgeous, and that's then looking back down the street, which that doesn't really quite do it justice. There's a lot more twists and turns going on. But look at this place. Look at this fucking place. This is like a giant sort of Buddhist temple, and it has massive gardens and stuff like that you can go into as well, like all that shit. And a big walk around, like all these hills and stuff like that are part of the gardens and stuff that you can go through.
yeah, it's huge.
Huge. But to give you an idea as to just how high up you are, there's a good sort of view looking down at the whole of the fucking city below. So you come up quite a ways. Like, that's the little end of the street there that you sort of walk up to with a big gate. And look at that, it's just fucking gorgeous.
Gives you the views over the whole of Kyoto, basically.
Yeah. There's a nice little panorama. Did you sample any foods along the road? We stopped off quite near the top. There was a place that was like a big matcha, like a very traditional matcha.
Okay, I've got the photos. It's okay. We can switch over when you've got seconds.
Kade's got the photos. Look, there's big photos of me. But that's fine, doesn't matter. Kade's got the photos of the matcha place. Look, there's a big bell.
Finished,
and there's stuff that we ate afterwards. Right, go on, show us the matcha.
Once you're finished.
I'm finished.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
No, that was the place we ate afterwards.
Yeah, what did we have? I think we only had the ice cream and stuff on the way up.
No, because remember, it wasn't matcha, it was mochi. Remember, I went into the place that was doing the sweet place that was doing the mochi, and you could get free samples, and we had some free samples of cool mochi, and then brought some, and you brought some to take back as a gift.
Yeah, but we didn't have anything to eat there.
Yeah, they had like free samples. We got loads of free samples of.
They had, yeah, but we didn't have like lunch there.
No.
We ate lots of
free samples, and they had free tea, and I had some tea, and it was nice.
We did have some tea. They had it's like Kyoto. I'm not sure, but it's basically like the way that they make like mochi, and it's instead of it being like a ball with something inside, it's just like a square that's like folded over in a triangle, and
like
they had them in
pancake.
like every flavor.
Yeah,
it's like every single flavor. That's the balls place. That's
like
what that was.
Mochi crepes.
No, it was in there.
It was in there. That's right. That's where the tanuki balls was. That was cool.
Yeah, I actually just finished the last ones I had from there, and they were sweet potato, and it was amazing.
Oh yeah,
There's like sweet potato mashed up inside them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had like all different like flavors and stuff. It was really cool. But this was the place we went afterwards, and got some like proper matcha, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And then these guys who I know the name of, but I can't recall right now, who are like chewy,
sticky, sweet. It was covered in like a sort of sweet
it's a sweet
soy.
Yeah, it's a sweet soy like sauce. And then no, I can't. Don something, can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I had dipping noodles.
Oh yeah.
Because I'd always wanted to try them.
And they were good.
So I got them. They were really good. So like with dipping noodles, the noodles are cold. And then you get the little sauces for you basically just dip them in and then eat them. And they were lovely.
They were lovely.
Really tasty. I just always wanted to try them.
And outside, they had this little guy hanging from a tree. And it's weird because we've basically got the exact same fucking thing, almost identical. We used to have it hanging on our gate, but then it blew off and got a little bit broke. But still, we had the exact same figure of a little turtle hanging on a little branch outside. So it was little turtles. It was cool.
I agree. The udon are the best noodles.
Oh yeah, Stardust. It's not a real tort. It's a little figure. Little torty
just
figure.
A little figure. And those like the ones that used to traveling about a restaurant in a little stream and you pick them out. I have no idea. I've never heard of that.
Oh, you mean like a conveyor belt? Sushi restaurant.
That's a sushi thing. No, I've not heard of the noodle thing.
Noodle stream.
But no, it's like I don't know. I just they were tasty. They're called dipping noodles.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is in us coming back down, and then this is just crazy fucking Kyoto streets. And this was a cool right. So this.
Why are your photos so narrow?
Because my camera is very long. So this building, right? We were in a little vintage second-hand, like antique kind of shop, and then there was just this big fucking building next to it. And I think this is just a residential building, but look at this shit.
Yeah,
look at it. It looks like something out of fucking Laser Quest or like Blade Runner combined. It's just absolutely maddening. It's fucking wonderful.
Into it. Like a sushi conveyor belt, but a stream is that. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. No, I don't think it would be the same thing because the idea is that you're only meant to dip the noodles into the sauce, like, and just get like a little coating. Because if they sit in the sauce too much, then they get too like squishy.
Yeah. What phone do you have? I've got an Oppo X. Is it an X5? Can't remember. But the camera on it, I've got like 3 lenses on it. One of which is like an ultra wide macro slash massive panorama kind of lens. So if we're doing like close up shots of like food and stuff like that, it's fucking great. But yeah, generally speaking, it takes photos in like super wide, like 1920 by 1080 kind of vibe. So always is really long and thin if I'm taking portrait shots. And I have it on maximum resolution. Anyway.
Yeah.
This is the thing that was hanging in our ryokan, which is cool.
So before we move on, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, did we translate that?
No, I tried and Google couldn't pick up the handwriting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Before, so that was obviously during the day.
Yeah.
And then we got back to the ryokan, and Nathan wasn't really feeling that great. I think sort of jet lag and everything just kind of hit him in Kyoto.
Oh yeah.
So he had to take a sort of couple of nights rest. So we were like, well, we're just gonna go out, and there was a bar like just literally round the corner from the ryokan.
Yeah. Called Bar Kingdom.
Oh yeah, that's what it was called.
It was.
Forgot that. And I was like, let's go and have like a sort of Kyoto like bar kind of experience.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking experience and a half. So it was like this
absolutely
tiny
mental.
wee place. Although they had like a private room that was pretty full. But basically you walked in and it was like, this was like the wee garden that was behind glass. That was like on your right hand side.
Yeah.
And then just across from that is just basically the bar. So it was just all the bar. It was like a low bar, not like a high bar. It was this low bar, and then just obviously the wall of like drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
And just these like couple of but not bar. What would you call
There
Not
was
a
like
bartender.
it was proper bartenders, but it was like two guys. They had 4 staff that we saw. They had 2 guys wearing like penguin suits with a fucking full bow tie. Do you know what I mean? Looking like really fucking turned out. Do you know what I mean? Just like super, super, super smart. And then they had 2 women. One of whom seemed to be like the apprentice, sort of cocktail creator. I don't know what the word for them is. And
Mixologist.
yes,
I hate that. I hate that name.
and the other woman seemed to be more sort of like serving things. And the 2 guys, one of them was quite blatantly like the sort of like the gaffer that ran the place, and the other guy just seemed to be there to chat shit to people and seemed a bit fucking useless. But like it was like when we went in and it was all like, you know, black painted walls, very like fucking. It felt like walking into a film noir. Do you know what I mean? It felt like there was just like they didn't have a fan, but it felt like there should have been a fan hanging from the ceiling that was just swinging around really slowly but swooping, just like.
I mean, literally, there was a guy at the end of the bar, smoking a cigar. Like that's the fucking vibe. It was immaculate.
Yeah.
And like we sat down and we got like hot towels for the hands, and then something that was still not quite worked out, but we got a little cup that was like, actually it's not the same as what they do in the noodle shops. Sorry, I'm off on a train of thought here. A little cup of like,
it was like beef stock,
but like what's it?
Consomme.
Consomme. A wee fancy teacup with some consomme.
Yeah.
And
then they gave us some like little rice crackers and stuff like that as well, didn't they?
It was like little toast.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was like toast. It was like a little canopy, little toast and patty kind of thing.
Yeah,
we like normally go into a bar and they give you like bar snacks. It's just like a bowl of nuts, and this place is like, here's some consomme and canapes, and you're just like, where the fuck are we?
It was amazing. It felt like being transported back in time. Like it felt like pure fucking, I don't know, 1970s or something. It was pretty incredible. Yeah.
So we ordered a couple old fashions, and the guy was like, "What kind of whiskey do you want in the old fashioned kind of thing?" Because he asked, he chatted to us a little bit, and he was like, "Where are you from?" And we're like, "We're from Scotland." And he was like, "Oh, it's whiskey. We've got whiskey," and they had the selection of booze in there was like fucking jaw dropping.
Yeah, it was like, just
unreal.
You can see a wee bit of it there, and it was just like that for like a whole wall.
The whole length of the wall. Just
like they had some
3 tiers. And they had some proper like old whiskies and like really expensive bottles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the guy asked us what kind of whiskey we wanted, and we were like, just give us some like nice Japanese whiskey. You fucking choose whatever you want. But they hand carved that ice ball. Very possibly it was like a perfect fucking sphere. It was wild, but it was fucking gorgeous. Yeah. Honestly, like I do like a good old fashioned, and that was a good fucking old fashioned, possibly the best that I've had. And he was free pouring everything, nothing was measured. Yeah, so it was like
you just told him like what you wanted, and he was like, okay.
Yep. There you go.
I'll job done.
That. And it was fucking gorgeous. It was so good. But how much was that again? It was like
I think it was about 30 quid.
It worked out being 30 quid for the 2 drinks, like 15 quid a drink. Which, given that it's like a fucking really swanky bar and it was like a really nice fucking properly done old fashioned, and we looked up, and the whiskeys that they gave us, it's not like cheap shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a good like 70-80 quid bottle of whiskey. And you know, plus the free consomme and the free canopies. Honestly, and stuff like that. Just,
you were kind of like paying for the experience though, because it was like just to kind of have that vibe of like, even like, and I know this sounds really weird, but even like being in a place with someone like smoking, like it's such a like, that doesn't happen here anymore.
Yeah.
And just this guy sitting in the corner just smoking a cigar. It was very
Yeah, it
it
was
was
proper.
very
Like
vibes.
the guy smoking in the corner as well was proper. Like, you know, evening jacket hanging over the back of his chair and his like shirt undone with his bow tie kind of hanging down, just sitting back in a chair, just like fucking big giant cigar like that thick and all the rest of it.
Very
Fucking mental.
businessman vibes, it was amazing. It was. And that's the thing, it's like, because we walked away and we were like, holy shit, that was so expensive. But then I'm like, cocktails are like not cheap
Aye.
anyway. Do you know what I mean? No matter where you go.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So,
I can imagine going into a loud, angry cocktail bar in London and paying 15 quid for a drink,
yeah,
and for it to be
fucking
shite,
no chance. Yeah,
and for it to
exactly.
be like major hassle and filled with arseholes. I'm kind of nostalgic for a smoky bar. Me too, but this literally felt like a pure 1920s film noir. Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah,
had that exact same fucking vibe.
it was
Uh,
very, very good.
just
I
in Japan.
enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, it was great,
Um,
and
I heard,
it was fucking strong as well. It was like properly free
yeah,
poured. It was like,
yeah, there was no little 25 milliliter measures coming out for that. Like,
yeah, which again is weird coming from the UK, where it's like we have such strict fucking drinking laws because we're basically just a nation of fucking mad binge drinking alcoholics that is like got to be regulated. Otherwise, we all just go mental.
the thing is that they're the same in Japan. Like, they drink so fucking much in Japan,
Yeah,
but it's just a very different culture.
yeah, they don't get violent. At
Um,
least we never saw it. But here, it's like, this is another one of the things I was saying to Cade at the time. It was like, we went to so many different places and not once did I feel like threatened with violence.
no.
Whereas here, it's like if you go out on a Saturday night, chances are at some point you're going to like see someone or you're going to see something that you're going to be like, shit. Whereas there, like nothing. At any point was there ever any sense that anyone was going to kick off.
We were in, like, Tokyo on a weekend. Like, we were,
Yeah.
in the major cities. Like, and there was just nothing.
And
No
there was
violence, just fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Stardust mentioned about the hostess clubs. There's thousands of them.
Yeah,
Thousands. They're
Kyoto's
everywhere.
very big on
Yeah.
like hostess and host venues and
Yeah, there's host
love
ones
hotels.
as well. And it's kind of mad. Like, it wasn't in Kyoto as much, but was it in Kyoto? Or in, like, Tokyo? And, like, they'll be on, like, obviously certain roads. And it's just like you go down the road and it's just all of these, like, bars, and they're all advertising their hosts and their hostess, and it's just all these pictures of all these, like,
Oh no, that was
gorgeous looking people.
in Kyoto because I remember. Hang on, where is it? Like this, when we were walking down this sort of beautiful fucking walk down by the little canal.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing, and this is pure cherry blossom vibe. This street was called Sakura Street, which is cherry blossom. And it was when we were walking down all of this street. Is like you go one street back from this, and it was just hostess bar, hostess bar, hostess bar, hostess bar.
Yeah.
And it has that kind of vibe where it's like, that way you've got this sort of very touristy, very high class, very sort of business orientated district, and it's like you just go one street back from it and it's just like sex shops, because that's what you do. You get the tourists and you get the businessmen drunk as fuck down this one street, and then the sort of the draw of that street next over just instantly kicks in.
Not a sex thing, but there are a lot of laws about it, and there's a lot of like things where it's like they're very clear. They're like, this is not a sex thing, this is like just a host thing.
Yeah.
But then there's other places that are kind of pretending to be host places that you can tell are kind of not. And it's it's a huge industry.
Yeah.
Like the sort of like boyfriend girlfriend experience is a huge thing in Japan in general. It's something very alien to us in like the West. It's not something that we like understand at all.
Yeah.
But it's like the stereotype of like a lonely businessman going to like a hostess club, sitting with, you know, his preferred hostess for the night, buying her all drinks and stuff like that. It's like it does happen. And then that, like, you know, there is obviously a lot of like sex, like, I was going to say sex clubs. Not that, but you know.
Like strip clubs.
Well, yeah,
kinda.
but
it's
yeah.
like, I think the close, like in terms of the hostess kind of thing, it's like the closest equivalent that we've got is like an escort, except rather than them coming to you, it's like you go to them, kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like I know there's a lot of regulations on it, and especially in Kyoto, there's a lot of regulations because there's a whole thing about like geishas, how geishas are not like about sex at all, but they do host.
Yeah.
And then there is like a thing that I don't know how much it happens now, but it used to be a problem with a lot of young girls going to become a geisha, not being able to become a geisha, and then basically being sex trafficked. And there's a lot of regulations and stuff like that in place to kind of like separate all that kind of stuff. But I don't know enough about it to kind of comment on it exactly. It's just it is a way of like kind of life there. Whether it's for good or bad, I don't know. I can't comment on that.
Yeah.
But it is a thing. Yeah, you can also have them come to you and spend the day, and yeah, like the girlfriend experience and boyfriend experience as well. Like what I think we noticed was I was surprised that there was almost as many like clubs that had men like as had women.
Yeah.
I think that did surprise me.
Yeah, like and I absolutely can. It's like sex work is work, and it is, you know, it's a perfectly acceptable and viable thing to do. But there is, you know, there is a sort of a layer of exploitation that happens and that kind of thing, where people do get sort of taken advantage of, and then sort of led into bad situations as a result of it. So I guess it's one of those things where, like, as long as it's like regulated to a certain extent and done safely, then, you know, it's all good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't comment on because I don't know the ins and outs of like how regulated it is and how safe it is and how like you know, away from like exploitation and that it is. I don't know enough of it. I just know it is a big thing, you know. And it has been a part of like Japanese culture for a long time. Long time.
For reals.
I noticed Furan said there are indeed beautiful cherry blossoms. And I have to ask, does that mean you were in Kyoto during cherry blossom season?
I think from when I was chatting with Furan before, I think he was in Kyoto during cherry blossom season.
I can imagine that would be quite crazy.
Going up and down that little canal down Sakura Street, which I imagine would just be, like you say, just fucking rammed with people.
Anyway, there's a curry vending machine. Well,
it's a curry vending machine.
There's also something with noodles. I don't know what it is. But there's only 1,000 yen.
Yeah. Which is like £6.
Yeah.
Spent 2 weeks in that street was our first stop. It's, yeah.
Wow. I can imagine it being pretty intense.
Can I show my photos of the cakes? Can I show my photos of the cakes? So Kaede really wanted to go to this cafe that they'd read about, where it's like they make their food to look like sort of gemstones and stuff like that, and to look like sort of geological things. So I had this chocolate cake that's like meant to be like it's like alabaster,
lava rock.
like lava rock, something like that. And it was fucking gorgeous. Got lots of photos of it. Look at that. This is my macro lens on my camera that I'm very happy with. You can get right up close. And then Kaede got this
Tree.
thing, fucking thing, to look like it's designed to look like gemstones and stuff like that and crystals. And like, look at that shit. Look at that.
Yeah.
It is absolutely fucking art. It's incredible.
Yeah, it was a rose quartz like spring parfait. Oh, you didn't get the one that
I think I got photos of
Wayman
it,
had.
but it's just not been uploaded onto Google for some reason. If you got photos,
I got one.
there's what the wee man got.
This
Which was
one's
like-
based off like lapis lazuli.
Yeah.
Um,
So all the
little, like-
rocks around outside are like, that's like edible chocolate and stuff like that.
yeah, it
Um,
was amazing.
yeah, stunning, absolutely stunning.
Just
So we had
very
like
very cool.
coffee and cake for breakfast. Yeah, it honestly looks absolutely real. It was like jelly, wasn't it?
Yeah, jelly. It was
Yeah.
all. Yeah, it was
Tasty
all
jelly.
fully edible.
Yeah,
It was very cool.
it was very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. And again, this is like the whole fucking they treat food like art kind of thing. This is obviously a very, very, very extreme example of it, but the thing is, like, I couldn't imagine something like this existing in Glasgow. Because even if someone did set up a cafe or restaurant doing this, like, no one would go to it. People would just be like, "It's a fucking point." Do you know what I mean?
Go to it.
You would go to it. You would go to it, and about 5 other people would go to it, but everyone else would just be like, and it wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't really survive.
We didn't have time, sadly. But basically, it was like a sort of, well, that's just like random things. But it's like this weird wee place where they've got like a little sort of store that like sells like sort of crystals and minerals, but it's also like a kind of exhibition space.
Yeah.
And then they've got the cafe, and then they've got like some rooms that you can like rent out upstairs as well.
Yeah, totally.
Really, really cool little weird little arty place.
It was gorgeous.
It was very fun to
Absolutely
visit.
gorgeous. And then we went to the movie studio park.
We did, yeah. Shall I
Uh,
show me photos of that?
I've got photos.
Okay.
There's a tram, and
It's-
Nate's here.
Well, you can show your photos first, and then I'll fill in the gaps.
All right. You saying my photos have gaps? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't see any gaps. So like this, a lot of this was like a sort of set that they still use to make movies and stuff like that from sort of feudal period Japan. They can kind of just reconfigure. So it was like different streets and stuff like that with different buildings that had different things.
Oh yeah, there's a tram out here. It was really cool. We took a tram to the park.
Yeah, we took a tram. It was great. And that's a tree, and that's a building, and then
So yeah, so the park's designed.
but then they had this
The
thing.
park.
Sorry.
It's okay. The park is designed to be like an old, like a village, or I suppose a few streets of like, I can't remember what era it was.
Yeah.
But like a certain era in Japan, so that you could kind of like walk about and see what it used to be like and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It just happens that they use it for like TV and movies because it's like quite realistic.
I mean, you say it's quite realistic, but
well,
then they have this stretch of water, which they say you can use it close up for like sort of river scenes and stuff like that, I guess. And then just every 5 minutes, this fucking thing comes out and sprays steam.
It was cheesy.
Just randomly, little guy pops out. And
I've got a video of it.
You got a video?
I do have a video.
Yay!
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
The monster in the lake.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Terrifying.
Ooh, it was really scary.
Utterly
Ooh.
terrifying.
Yeah, it was Nessie, basically. No,
Yeah.
I didn't actually find out. Well, apparently a load of films and TVs things have used it.
Yeah.
Have used the park. But they didn't have like a list or anything.
Yeah.
It was so shit llama. It was incredible.
It was a very shit llama.
This park had the real vibe of like somewhere that was maybe quite cool, like, 20 years ago or something. And now it's like still doing the same stuff, and it's just a little bit kind of lame now.
Yeah.
Apart from
this fucking guy.
there you go.
Look at this fucking guy. Look at
They
this
just
guy.
put an Evangelion at the back of the park.
Put
For
a
some reason.
giant fucking Evangelion.
No, it's an Evangelion.
It is. It's an EVA. That is
It's really weird.
That is EVA 01 test type.
You can like
specific.
see him over these buildings.
It's Shinji's EVA.
It's Shinji's EVA, yes.
Pilot EVA Shinji.
Pilot EVA Shinji.
Stop being rubbish.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, one of the fucking coolest things I've ever seen.
He's a big boy. There's me. Yay. Cool as fuck.
And you can stand on the hand and pose.
Oh, all my photos from up here I took videos and stuff like that, because you can go in. You can go in and see the stairs and stuff like that up here.
I've got photos.
Okay, kids got photos.
I've got photos. It is odd because like you can see in this photo here, where you've still got like some of the sort of traditional sort of buildings, and then there's just like the wee
Eva sitting there.
It's a weird mix, and I don't know why it happens here. I don't know. I was happy being a big Evangelion fan.
Yeah.
And it was the main reason that we went. Very weird though.
Yeah.
Really weird. Doesn't make any sense. There was an I'm sure there was an Evangelion like theme park. They like to call a lot of things theme parks.
Yeah.
Like this was called a theme park. But there was one, but it got shut down. But I don't know what it was like. But it didn't have anything like this.
No.
But they had like the cute little
chibi. Little chibi Evas.
Chibi versions of them.
They're so cute.
Oh, they're so cute.
And there's Shinji, and then there's Rei, and then there's Asuka, and then there's Misato, and then there's that guy at the end.
Yeah, that guy. Can't remember his name.
He's the bonus EVA pilot that comes in at the end, and I won't spoil it for anyone who he is.
Yeah. But yeah, just the fucking coolest shit. Like, what a cool fucking thing.
Yeah.
So basically, like, half it looks like it's sort of like it's coming out the ground, and it's got like it's all got water around this bit.
Yeah, so it's like in the pool that they recharge in.
Yeah, it's kind of meant to look like that.
Yeah.
And like he's just like coming up out the ground. And you get to go to the top.
Yeah, you do. And you got to the top, and on the way up you do like little tests and stuff to see.
I got very excited.
Yeah, you can sync up and see how well you would sync up as an EVA pilot.
And it was like playing all like music from
From the
Evangelion
anime.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It was
You can't show that,
so
Kaede.
cool. Sorry.
It says for your eyes only.
For your eyes only. Sorry.
Honestly.
But it had a little thing where you get yourself scanned.
Yeah. And then you go through.
Okay, so you go first. Yep.
Body scan is completed.
Oh,
I got very excited.
Yes.
So skip past that. There's Shinji.
Shinji.
Go. Ray. And then it was like actually quite good views over this area of Kyoto as well,
Yeah, it was nice.
which is quite funny.
It
I'd
was
like
very
to
cool.
note that we did this rather than do a lot of like the other touristy things in Kyoto. But I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Like, no fucking regrets at all.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
And I don't know if you'll see it, but there was a little hidden character on one of the roofs. There he is.
Yes,
Just hiding.
it's been a creepy creep.
You never see him unless you go up there. Which is, I mean, on one hand it's quite cool, but on the other hand it's like utterly pointless. It's just like a little cardboard cutout of a character just on
really
a random
funny.
roof. And then there's the angels at the bottom.
Yeah. And then you go and do this little entry plug thing.
Yeah.
Which the videos don't really show anything, but anyways, like you had to pretend you were going to like pilot the Eva, which was very cool.
Yeah, and then you get. Yeah, it was me getting shot. Pew pew pew.
That's your AT field.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, like the bamboo forest, like looked a bit shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It just looked a bit like I was kind of like, eh.
It's bamboo.
And then
innit?
there was like the Red Gates place, the shrine with all the red gates. I'm like, I'm sure it's cool, but
There's a lot of red gates in it.
a lot of red gates, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then I took some selfies with some angels, as you do.
The angels were great.
Yeah, they were really weird because they were like little stuff.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah.
But just really fucking cool.
I mean, all the angels in general are really weird, to be fair.
That is true. So, yeah. Got
You
to see a
distant-
big fucking Evangelion.
You dissing Fushimi Inari?
I mean, I'm sure it's lovely. Also, though, it did seem like a lot of walking, and I was like pretty fucked. Like
Yeah.
even walking through this little park, like really fucked me up.
Yeah.
Because we'd done a lot, like the day before. So the idea of like doing shit like a load more walking was not. Just didn't like that idea.
Yeah.
So this seemed like a better choice.
But we also, after the Evangelion, went into this little thing for a bit where they do like a sort of samurai demonstration show, which was a kind of sort of slapstick comedy kind of thing. And we sat in there and watched it for like a few minutes, but obviously it was all in Japanese. So
Yeah, it was.
lots
and
of
it was
people were
like,
lots of people were laughing, and we were kind of like, "Go."
it definitely felt like it was sort of like, you know,
Cool.
for younger kids as well, you know.
Yeah, it looked very silly. It was very kind of slapsticky.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, found a store where you can get 3D holograms, and you can also get shot if you want. You can edit videos as well, but if you want 3D holograms or getting shot, this is the place to go. You go to change.
You go to change.
Because getting shot would change you quite a lot, I think.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, didn't catch it in any of the photos. But the thing that really struck me about Kyoto, just sort of thinking about it, is like such a weird place to like walk through. Because
Yeah.
like the main streets are so fucking like just full of the most expensive shops in the world.
Yeah.
Just a really, really like a really cool place. I really, really liked it, but a really strange place.
Yeah, for real. For real, for real. But then that was our last day in Kyoto.
Oh, I got a picture of a Kyoto kitty.
Yeah, picture of Kyoto kitty. There's a kitty.
kitty.
Right, there's a kitty.
There's a little kitty. There's a Kyoto kitty.
Brennan who doesn't know what cats look like. There's a cat.
Yeah, but this one was from Kyoto.
It is from Kyoto.
And also I had maybe one of the best burritos I've ever had.
Where
like
was that?
literally, it was just around the corner from where we were staying.
I don't remember that. Was I there?
No,
That'd be why I don't
you
remember.
You stayed in the thing.
Right.
But I was just on Google looking for somewhere to go to eat, and this place came up, and I was like, I can go for some Mexican food in Japan. Why the fuck not? And it turned out it was ran by a couple of guys from, I think they're from California.
Yeah.
And like one of them was like, was clearly like Japanese, and then the other one was like could speak a little bit of Japanese, kind of. And they just like had this tiny little place that did the best burrito I've ever had.
Yeah.
Is it better than UK Mexican food? I mean, it was really fucking good.
I mean, you described it as the best burrito you've ever had. I think that would.
Yeah, to be honest,
pretty much automatically make it better than any other burrito.
Yeah, it was really because I've had like, I don't know, we've got like weird little places in Glasgow that are like kind of like takeaway Mexican food, and they're not very good at all.
Yeah.
And this was basically like kind of takeaway. Like, but it did have like a few receipts.
Is that burrito just a bomb? It is massive.
It was huge. It was so good though.
Is that ginger beer as well?
Good. Yep.
Ginger beer in Japan's fucking great. So good.
It's everywhere as well.
It is. They do like their gingers.
Yeah, and also this was a shop that I just thought was a fun.
Mr. Youngman.
Mr. Youngman. Yeah. So, yeah, and that was all the things I got from the
Evangelion store?
From the park.
Oh yeah. Kaede has now powered up that Tamagotchi, and Kaede now has an angel Tamagotchi, which bleeps and makes angel noises.
And it's very cute.
Yeah, the ginger beer is no melon soda, but it is good. It is good. I mean, if I was forced to live in Japan and only drink ginger beer and melon soda and just switch between the two, I'd be a happy guy. I'd be a happy guy.
I think that would be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time are we at? 10:20. What do you think we should do?
Take photos of bullet trains. Bullet trains.
No, you've already done that though.
Show photos of bullet trains. I mean, I suppose the next thing that we've got to show in Hakone is a lot of very cool stuff. Because like I essentially went out for one day, and Kaede went out for another day in Hakone to an onsen. Whereas I spent that day with Nate just chilling because Nate wasn't feeling too well, so we just kind of chilled. But all the photos of Hakone are fucking stunning because Hakone is just gorgeous. Hakone is like a little town in the mountains, and you then
Well, Hakone's the area.
yeah, sorry, Hakone is the name of the name of the area. Hakone Yamato is the name of the town that we were staying in, and then you get like a rail pass, a sort of travel pass called the Hakone Free Pass or something like that. That gets you on all of the transport around there. And we took like we went when we went on the sort of tour of the place, we were on pretty much every form of land transport you can imagine. Like literally, it was fucking great.
There's the
There's
big one.
There's the big one. There's
There's the
Dave.
big one.
Dave himself just chilling, reading a book on a train. Good guy, Dave. I like him. And in the background, you can see Mount Fuji as well, but we don't give a fuck about that.
I just realised this is equivalent to when people would invite friends over to watch travel. Yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah.
Like, come and see our travel slides.
Yeah.
Yep. Fioran, are you talking about, like, as if you've never had melon soda? Because if... I would be a bit disappointed if you managed to go to Japan and didn't try it.
Yeah, did you not try melon soda?
So, did you not taste the... What? How the hell did you go to Japan and not try melon soda, mate? Mate!
Fuck, mate.
This is a good shit, mate. This is fucking... Mate,
honestly, mate. You've been three times.
What the fuck? Wait. But we need to have talks. How did you manage that? It's everywhere and it's the best thing.
Bowser is not happy.
I think we went into, it's probably like the first Mossburger we went into.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the drinks list and it was like, okay, they've got Coke and stuff like that, yeah. And then it was like melon soda. Oh, what's that? We'll give it a go. Oh my god, this is the best thing. It's the best thing that ever existed. And then that was us.
It may be better than Iron Brew. And I do not say that lightly.
No.
But it might be better than Iron Brew. Just saying.
And it's also impossible to get here.
Yeah. Which is so annoying because it's fucking gorgeous. So good.
We're gonna do Hakone and then bed.
Yeah, let's do Hakone in bed.
Okay.
So let's just whoosh.
Shall we go through my photos and then when you find something that
No, look,
you want to inject?
This was us in the train place, in the train house, and they had a little glass ball thing that had like the laser 3D model
the Shinkansen
of the fucking bullet train.
Yeah,
the fucking bullet train.
We're to the Shinkansen here.
Bullet train. It's a bullet train. That's how fast it moves. Like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That was actually really slow. There was a good few seconds.
Yeah, it's okay.
So that was a random, really wanky hotel nearby where we were staying that had this little fucking bus that would come out and get you. Which is so cute. Hey, look at that thing. It's so good.
Pretty cute.
It's so good. That is the label of wanky beer that we had in a little place. And look, cherry blossoms. The blossoms were coming.
Well, it's I think it's plum blossoms technically, although they do look quite cherry-like.
I mean, we saw the very start. Very
We saw the very start.
So this is Hakone Yamato, where we were staying, which is fucking gorgeous.
Incredible.
Very mountainy town, very old. A lot of hot springs in this whole area. The whole of Hakone is just all fucking hot springs. To the point where like Hakone Yamato, you're walking about and there'll be just like fucking steam rising out of like the vents in the street and shit like that. Just because it's like fucking all hot spring water. And that's coffee. Oh yeah, we got Mont Blanc. They're really big on their Mont Blancs here.
We get to Mont Blanc.
What?
I've got photos before I've got photos before it.
It's got photos before it.
I've got photos before it.
Show me the photos.
Okay.
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 This was a Star Wars shop.
They had a Star Wars shop.
There was a Star Wars shop.
It was House
called
Vader,
House Vader.
where they had a
This
Darth
is
Maul
so
outside.
surreal.
They had the sign on
Yep.
it saying "Do not touch Darth Maul," and
Do
I'm
not
like, you
touch
wouldn't
Darth Maul.
want to touch Darth Maul. He'd fucking kill you. He would cut you in half.
Very, very funny. But just really stunning. And I can imagine, like, obviously in the summer when it's all green and stuff, it's even more stunning.
Yeah.
Home Invader.
Yay.
But yeah, it really like mostly big hotels, mostly like spa hotels,
Yeah.
but still like some kind of like nice traditional architecture as well.
Oh yeah.
Just really cool place though. Big river in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Pretty trees. Just a really cool vibe about it.
Yeah.
There's like little shrines and stuff.
It's gorgeous.
What was that? What was the thing?
It's just
Don't know.
nighttime vibes.
It was just this was some kitsune udon that I got from like the 7-Eleven, which was so fucking good.
Yeah.
See when when you get like fresh stuff like this, they like have a little bit of plastic that separates the like noodles and stuff from the soup. So you
Yeah.
can heat them up separately so it doesn't go soggy. And then you take the plastic away and then they all mix together.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's
Fucking-
fried tofu on top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. So fucking good.
And look, there's
Um,
you in.
there's me.
That was just 20 minutes ago, wasn't it?
Yes, same jumper.
Yeah.
I
So
just really
this is-
liked.
This is proof that you are actually still in Japan, and that all of this is actually a lie.
proof.
This is actually green screen in this background. I just got a green screen to pretend that we're still at our house. We're actually still in Japan right now.
Yeah, it was just a really good mirror.
It was like
It just required the power pose.
the place that we had in Hakone was lovely because it was like it was a nice big room. It was like an Airbnb that we had, so it was like more of like an apartment than a hotel.
Mhm.
But the bathroom had like a giant fucking double sink, like proper 2 stations,
Big
2 taps that were like hot and cold taps.
and
Big
then
fucking
a
giant thing.
proper fucking Japanese bathroom, which is a
Japanese
whole
bathrooms are
wet
fucking great.
room, big deep bath, shower, and just fucking cool.
It had like
It's
it had
really
a
fucking
separate
cool.
it had like a separate shower and bathroom, and then it had another room that had the toilet in it.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And again had the proper Japanese toilet with the little fucking the little BD button with
Oh
the
yeah,
little-
I miss Japanese toilets.
Japanese
no.
toilets are great.
They really are great.
It's some of the things about them are just fucking just incredible because it's it's like you've got the little button that makes the little water sniper come out and fucking snipe your arsehole with like pitch fucking perfect aim every time, bang, right in there. But they've also then got like a little button that's called the privacy button where you can press and it starts playing music and playing little jingles to cover up the noise of your plops and stuff.
But like the heated seats, I really, really liked that.
Heated seats are
Once I got used to it.
yeah, it's an absolute game changer. Because here, if you're sitting on a heated seat, it means that someone else's arse has warmed a seat, and it makes you feel weird because it feels like you're sitting on someone else's arse. I don't know how it works, but it does feel like you're actually touching someone else's bum, and it's a very strange experience. But see, when you know that a seat is just heated by electricity and it's just actually a heated seat, then you're just kind of like,
So good.
this
You
is
get
actually
up
pleasant.
in the morning and it's a bit cold, and then you go and you're toilet seat is heated.
Yeah. And you
Really
sit.
good.
It's like you don't have any fear of sitting down. You don't have that moment where you're kind of sitting down, going, oh, oh, oh. You just kind of sit
No.
down, and it's like it welcomes you. It's just like
Just so good.
welcome to
Like
us.
automatic flushing, like just
Yeah.
amazing.
And that one actually
Amazing.
had the genius thing where the water that fills the cistern runs through a little sink. So when it flushes, you can wash your hands in the water that's going in to fill the cistern, so you don't have to waste water washing your hands again, which is great.
Very, very smart. Right. And then we got Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc. Yeah,
Mont Blanc.
they seem to be kind of obsessed with this, which is like a weird dessert thing that came from France.
Yes. So basically a French chef came over
Yeah.
in the 70s, I want to say,
Yeah.
and taught a Japanese like pastry chef how to make them.
Yeah.
And they changed it slightly, so they use chestnut paste in the vermicelli stuff, which is not what they do in France, but that makes it more Japanese. And for some reason, which I'm still not quite sure, country's obsessed with them. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, it was nice, but not that nice.
It's especially in Hakone. Hakone seemed to be big on them. But we
Yeah.
had super nice, super strong coffee. Nice Mont Blanc.
Yeah, in a nice way, like proper fucking like.
Oh, it's gorgeous little
old-fashioned-
cafe.
Yeah.
So again, cables, even in the beautiful little mountain town. Cables, fucking everywhere. Just fucking cables. And they had an Evangelion shop, because Hakone is where a lot of Evangelion is set, which we sort of discovered while we were sort of planning.
That wasn't planned though.
No.
Like I genuinely had totally forgotten, or I basically just didn't know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here's more Evangelion stuff, and it was really fucking cool.
It was. We got
Really
quite a
fun.
lot of stuff out of that Evangelion shop.
Yes, we did.
But I
we
got some
did.
cool t-shirts and stuff. And this is the little river. And it's so cool. And this is me doing some like close-up arty wank of some sort of jade-like balls on top of
Wank.
the bridge. Art wank. Yay. And then Kirin beer. Out of all the Japanese beers, right, Kirin is the fucking best. Kirin's fucking lovely. Num 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 num.
Did you have that?
That was in that we so we place you got the ramen.
Oh. Okay, well we need to switch back now, because I've got photos of when I went to the onsen. Went to the onsen. So the first day there, the wee man still wasn't feeling very great. So Gus hung out with him,
Yeah.
and I took a little trip to an onsen, which was quite close. I had to do a lot of research because they still don't allow tattoos, most of them, which is, fucking grinds my gears.
Grinds your greers?
It grinds my gears.
Grinds your Pam Greers?
But this place did, and it was fucking incredible. So this was like basically this is like where the bus dropped me up. I got the bus there? Yeah, I got the bus there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that far away from like our apartment actually.
Hmm.
But this is like where the bus dropped me off, and then it's this like little walk down this hill down into the valley, and it was like down there. So like all around here, like all of these resorts are all like have like hot springs and stuff in them. So some places will be like hotels that will have hot springs in them, and then other places will just be like a hot spring place on its own.
Yeah.
And the one that I went to was just that. There wasn't like a hotel attached to it or anything. Shops nearby, some you can buy tattoo covers it. Yeah, but I've got so many that there was no way it was going to work, and also it was kind of a principles thing anyway.
Yeah.
But like I've got like a big, like my whole upper arms covered and stuff like that. It's like I was going to have to be plastered in them to try and make it work. I know that's what they do with some, like if you've just got like a wee small one or something like that. in some places. But it just, I don't know. The whole thing pisses me off, like, because, you know, obviously I understand where it comes from, but also there's no reason for that to still be a thing, and it's quite discriminatory, especially towards young people, because young people are more likely to have tattoos in Japan, like Japanese young people, and
Yeah.
it just is a bit like discriminatory towards them, which is basically what it is, and it's just a bit, you know, it's not great.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
It does. It really sucks. But anyway, this place was really cool with it, and it had this cute little walk down. It was a really cute little place, and this is their little this is their sign about tattoos, where they basically say that an onsen's like it's not a leisure facility. It's like a health facility. So they don't think that you should discriminate against people that are tattoos. Like everyone should get access to it. But even in this place, it's kind of cool about it. They're kind of like, you know, if you're a large group of people and you all have tattoos, like, you know, we might ask you to leave, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
No Hells Angels gangs coming in.
Yeah, so it's like even though they're cool about it, there's still a bit of like, you know, a little bit of resistance. But anyway, obviously couldn't take any photos inside the onsen, but it was the coolest fucking shit. It's like huge building. So you go in, and it was really cool because it's like you go in and you take your shoes off, and there was loads of like shoe lockers at first. And you take your shoes off, and you go, and then you like, you know, exchange your ticket kind of thing. And they were really helpful and gave me like a little timetable for getting like the buses back and all that.
Yeah.
In English, which was really sweet. And then went down and then like walked down all these stairs and stuff to this to the changing area, and then you just like take off all your clothes in the changing area, and then you go through to like the shower area. So there's a lot of I'm not going to go into it here, but there's a lot of like kind of rituals about using the onsen. So you do them in like the shower area and stuff like that. And then this one was mostly outdoor. So they had one little bath that was indoor, but it was basically like facing out to the outdoors, and that was like super hot. Like I actually couldn't go into that one. But all the other ones they had, they're all natural, like hot spring. You know, they're all fed like with natural hot water. And they were all like sort of varying like degrees of hotness.
Yeah.
And they had like, one that was like a milky bath that had some minerals in it and stuff.
Is that natural minerals or?
I don't know. I think they might be added in because the other baths didn't have them.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I wouldn't quote me on that.
No, I'm putting that on a t-shirt. I'm quoting you everywhere.
Oh, sure. So yeah, it was mostly outdoor. And it was like just really fucking cool. And it was like one of them was kind of like half in a like cave. So you could like sit outside it, but then you could like go under the cave while like still in the water. And I had like a few different baths. They're obviously like slightly different temperatures. And it was just like this really nice little place. It was just like a sort of big back garden, basically.
Yeah.
They just had all these little different pools, and then they had like sauna and like a steam room as well. And it was like fucking incredible. It was really, really, really cool. And I like it was so good that as we were like spending more time in Hakone and stuff, I was kind of like, I wonder if I can squeeze in another visit. One more. Just one more.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, it was like a lot of when we were sort of planning and booking where we were going, you did spend a lot of time trying to find and make sure that you could get an onsen, like a proper onsen in.
Yeah, it was a really, really big part of it for me. I definitely wanted to get like preferably a natural onsen
Yeah.
experience. And I was really fucking like really, really lucky that I was able to get this one. It was so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. And then when I came out the bath, they had a wee cafe, which I went to and had the most incredible little. It's like a little matcha drink, but it was like it was made really, really kind of like properly. Like they took a lot of time over making the drink because I was watching them. And then this little like it was just called a Japanese sweet. It was just like a little thing.
Little parcel.
It was just a little squishy thing, but it was
Little
really
squishy thing.
tasty. And a little like pointy knife for you to like cut it up
Stab it.
and stab it and cut it up.
Stab.
Feels so clean to get in those fresh jammies. Well, like I just went into my like normal clothes afterwards, but it was just honestly one of the best things I've ever experienced.
Oh.
But yeah, really, really, really fucking cool.
Sorry, I just had to take off Bowser.
All right. Was your head all sweaty?
It's getting. It was more the tightness on the old ear goggles.
Mm-hmm. That will happen. And
Yeah.
it was Katie with a hat on, and then I took a video of this because I just thought it was really funny. And also Cookie for Doggy.
Cookie for doggy.
Cookie for Doggy. But it's just as cheesy as fuck. Like,
fucking hell.
loved it because it was so fucking cheesy.
That's wild.
Darth,
There's Darth Maul.
don't
Do not touch
Lord Maul.
Lord Maul.
Lord Maul. Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
I take back everything I just said about beauty. What are you talking about?
It's
talking
so
about?
beautiful.
So
So
I remember,
beautiful.
like, after you came back, that's when I sort of met you and we had the tasty beer.
Yes.
Uh,
In the
Let me switch back.
where I had that.
Oh wait, hang on. I'll just switch back. Yes, I've got a good photo of that. That was going
And
to
it
show.
was mate, please do.
What?
Please do.
So there you go. That's what Kaede had, and I can tell how happy it was based on this photo, which is the happiest face I've ever seen. They're so excited, like
See.
yay! I want to eat the stuff. I want to eat the stuff. Then we eat the
When you
stuff.
eat the stuff.
Want to eat the stuff. Yay! It's so good. But I mean, look at it. That fucking giant bowl of tempura. That was another tendon, wasn't it?
Yes.
Plus
I'm
some noodle soup.
not sure it was quite the tendon, but it was a similar sort of idea.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot. But that was that again. That was like a proper. That kind of felt like a proper, Japanese place. Yeah, where when you go
it
in
was
and
like
it's just all like 1960s wood paneling and like old women serving you and stuff like that.
it was like it felt like a kind of cafeteria. There was nothing like fancy about it, you know. It was just
It's the real
good
stuff.
fucking food.
The
And
real
remember
stuff for the real guys, you know what I mean?
Remember they gave us a glass of their the broth. Remember that?
Yeah, we went in and sat down and they were like, here, this is the shit our noodles is cooked in. Do you know what I mean? Have a shot of that, and you're kind of like, all right, cool.
It was
But
amazing.
obviously, it's one of those things that's like, it's like testing the wine before you drink it. Do you know what I mean? They're like, here, check it. Check it, the quality of our fucking broth, by the way, man. Our noodles, man, they're pure banging. Look, you can fucking have a wee drink. Have a wee drink of the noodle juice, pal.
That's exactly how they talked.
It's very weird. That's the Hakone accent. And also
it's weird.
the accent, the way they speak Japanese. Thank you very much for the maybe half a tendon cube. It's very kind. The weird thing about the way they speak Japanese in Hakone is it sounds almost like English, but it's no.
Funny.
Do you know what I mean? This
Funny
is
now.
actually just regular Japanese words.
Really
And that.
funny.
But again, that's another one of those things that's like I couldn't imagine. Do you imagine like going into a place in Glasgow, like going into a noodle bar in Glasgow, and the first thing they do when you sit down is like give you a little fucking glass of like noodle water? You'd be like,
noodle juice.
You'd be like, what are you doing, mate? What's your noodle juice all about? Or like going into a chippy and they give you a wee glass of the fucking oil from the fryer. Like, yeah, man.
Oh, that's mean though.
Yeah. I wish someone in Japan spoke to me like that. Well, you should have come with me if you're in. I would just spoke to you like that every day. We shot of the soup of the day. Exactly. But still, look at that face. Look at that face. He's a happy
It's a
face.
very happy face. That was incredible food. It was really good.
So now we move on to our day trip in Hakone.
Yes.
Which was fucking outstanding. So this first part, right? This is us going up the
I have a wee
railway.
photo of the map.
You have a wee map photo?
If we show that and then go back.
So this is kind of the whole Hakone area. And this sort of bit just off the screen to the sort of right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse actually. No, you won't be able to.
No.
But yeah, just off to the right is kind of where we were, where we're staying in Hakone Yamato. And then that sort of thick reddy blue line is the sort of the railway that goes up.
No, I think it's a red line.
Is it a red line?
The red and blue is the roads.
Ah, right, okay. So like there's a tiny railway that goes up from Hakone Yamato up
Goes
to up. It's
like
literally like I can't remember it's like the second steepest railway in the world.
Yeah.
But it's a very specific type of train that they're talking about when they say that. So I think it's just like the second steepest, like normal railway kind of railway. But I'm fucked here, folks. Colorblind. Just gonna imagine you hiked.
The spiky line, the line that's got all the spikes.
The spiky wiggles.
That's the trains, yeah.
But like the train line, it's obviously going up so much mountain. They like about 2/5 of the fucking like a funicular. What's a funicular? But like about 2/3 of the line is tunnels because it's going through mountains a lot, and at points, one of the corners, or a couple of the corners that you go around.
It wasn't actually a cable railway system because there was one of them.
Yeah. No, this
but
was
the
just
first bit it was just like a normal train that just went like up a fucking incredibly steep angle.
Yeah. So it's the steepest regular train, like diesel powered train. And some of the corners were so sharp because it's going round fucking mountain nonsense that like they had a little kind of like a tourist thing. They had a little sort of voiceover telling you about it. And they were saying that like they've got water tanks underneath all the carriages that spray the tracks around certain corners with water because it's such a tight angle that the train wears the tracks down too much, so they spray them with water to increase to reduce the friction so that they don't get burnt out so much and all kinds of mad shit. And I'm like, fucking engineering that's gone into it, and it's like 100, I think it's like 120 years old.
Like
bunch
the
of
fucking
switchbacks,
like the platform like had to have like was just covered in like those like bumps and stuff like that so that you could like stand on it, because it's just, I don't know if you've got I'm sure I've got a photo or a video off to sort of show the steepness of it. It's fucking cool though.
I think there was 3 or 4 switchbacks.
There was a good few.
It was a lot. But yeah, so like the route that we're gonna take kind of goes up, so it's basically like round the outside, I think, and then we cross the middle where that pink is.
We go up to here.
Yeah.
So 57 is where we switched over.
Yeah.
And that's where the open air museum was.
Yeah.
Or it was just before there.
Mm-hmm. And then there's like a little straight line there, which is like a pulley, like a cable pull
That's
car.
a cable car, yeah.
Yeah, they call it a cable car, but we would think of a cable car as like a gondola, but it's like so it's like a tram that gets pulled up by a cable on the ground kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that only went up about like maybe, I think it was like 2 miles or something like that. But it was like
it's a very
2
short
miles at like a fucking 30-degree angle the whole time. It was
Yeah.
just like fucking straight up. And then when you got to the top of there, we got in a proper cable car, proper gondolas, that went up and over a mountain, like over an active volcano, but not like lava active volcano, but like just
lots of steam,
lots of is it methane? No, not methane. Sulfur. Lots of sulfur. Just pure humming. Like just the eggiest fucking place you could ever imagine. And then when we got to the top, it's like there's a special thing that you can do where you
well, we'll talk about that when we get there.
We'll talk about that when we get there. We'll talk about all of this when we get there. So,
oh, we couldn't take the cable car all the way. Remember?
Yeah, because when we got to the top, we couldn't take the cable car back down the other side because
no, it's so we couldn't. They were working on the rest of the route, so we had to get off at the egg place.
Yeah,
and normally you could have taken it up to where the ship is.
Yeah,
but you couldn't because it was being repaired.
We'll get there when we get there.
I know, but you said it went all the way to the top, and it didn't go all the way to the top. I'm just saying. It didn't.
All right.
Just saying.
All right.
Just saying.
So, this is the train on the way up, and this is the outdoor museum. Although this is the indoor part of the outdoor museum. This was really fucking cool, right? Because this was like this exhibition space where there's all these little pulleys that you can see and little cranks and fucking things everywhere. So all these ropes, you can crank these handles, right? And the ropes turn. And there's a bag, you can't quite see it, but just around this corner, there's these fucking big weighted bags everywhere that are part of the exhibit. These aren't like people's bags lying around. This is part of the exhibit. But just round this little alcove here.
Actually, if you got a photo of the bag.
If you got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this bag. So when you're cranking some of the handles, when you crank one of the handles, right, it just slowly pulls that bag up the wall. Right? But the other handles, when you're cranking them, you don't really know what they're doing.
Anything.
Yeah, they just pull the ropes, and you can see the ropes that are like making up this word and stuff like that down the side. They all get moved. So when you're cranking the handles, the ropes that are making up this word, you can see the ropes getting moved and pulled and stuff like that. And later on, when we were having lunch in this cafe that overlooks the whole place, you could see that the ropes were actually going fucking outside. And when people are cranking the handles, it's like not only turning all these fucking ropes inside, but the ropes are actually going all the way out and around the whole fucking park. And these ropes are like slowly moving because people inside this building are cranking the handles. And it's like, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. I wonder where these are going and what they were doing. And then at the end, as we were going back in, after we'd sort of gone around the whole fucking park, we saw there's this just random fucking bag, like one of these bags.
Right at the back of the building.
Right at the back of a building, just slowly getting pulled up a wall by someone in here cranking a handle that had no fucking idea what was happening. And I remember seeing it and just pissing myself laughing that someone's just like cranking his handle being like, what's the fucking point in this? And then presumably by the time they've gone around the whole park, they'd be like, okay, I'm just randomly pulling a fucking bag.
Like good though, like it was an interesting because it was what was it called again? The expectant spectator.
Yeah.
So it was all about like expecting something to happen.
Yeah.
And it was just a
waiting.
really fucking cool exhibition.
Yeah.
That we didn't really realize what was going on. Like it was just reminding me because of this. Did you ever see people in mad remote trails where they still have their massive suitcase? No, but that does sound mad.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really mad thing to do.
Yeah.
But this was a stop off we made on the way up.
Yeah.
This is called the Hakone Open Air Museum.
Yeah.
And this was probably one of the only one of the few regrets I had that we didn't get to spend enough time here. Mainly because for some weird reason, probably because it's off season,
Yeah.
but the other bits of travel like stopped really early. They stopped till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
We didn't.
we
had to kind of make our way out of here pretty quickly.
Yeah, we did not get to spend a lot of time here.
Yeah.
But this was possibly one of the coolest fucking places I've ever seen. It
Yeah.
had a whole like Picasso thing. It had like loads of buildings in it. And it's this idea that it's like a museum, but it's like open air and really accessible and it just had the coolest shit in it.
Yeah.
And it's something that I would definitely go back to see.
Yeah.
Because you could clearly spend like a whole day just in this museum.
Yeah. For real.
So and
like,
it was just full of cool shit.
Here you can see these ropes that are coming. This was taken from the cafe looking down. Octorob, welcome in, pal. How you doing?
Hello.
Welcome in. We're talking about Japan's.
There.
How you doing? How was your stream? I hope you had a good time. Welcome in, pals. My name's Gusbo, and I went to Japan, and I'm telling everyone about it because that's what you do. It's
Yay!
good. How was your trip? Fucking incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you, Llama, for doing the shoutouts. Yeah, so this is us we were in a place called Hakone, which is sort of between Kyoto and Tokyo. And
just at the bottom of
it's in the foothills of Mount Fuji. And this is like an open air art place, an open air art gallery that we visited, and it's just fucking gorgeous. It's just gorgeous, this whole place. So these ropes are part of, hang on, I'll just show you, this exhibit where there's like all these crank handles, and the crank handles pull these ropes, and these ropes lead outside, but people inside don't know that they lead outside. They just think they're just turning cranks and pulling ropes, but like the ropes go all the way up the side of this fucking building, and then this rope here comes down, and there's just a bag hanging on a wall, so someone's just like turning a crank handle and randomly pulling bags up walls, which is fucking great.
Really funny.
Loved it. And that's beer.
Really good.
That was tasty beer. Beer up close, and that's chips.
Chips.
Very nice chips. And this is just some of the cool fucking art that they had in this open air museum, which was massive. You could walk around this for ages. It was so cool. These are
a whole day here easily.
These are like
Super
kinetic.
Nintendo World was amazing. Like genuinely just fucking incredible. There he is.
Arr. That Bowser. Ah.
So good.
Is the best hat. Although it does seem to really confuse the camera. It can't seem to focus.
And I got a Boo or Teresa.
Yeah.
Beret.
Yeah. Boo's not called Boo. Boo's called Teresa. Just so you know. But yeah, the Super Nintendo Land was just fucking great. But yeah.
World.
Sorry, Super Nintendo World. Yeah, it was gorgeous. We showed all the photos of that on Tuesday, so you can check the VODs to see all the pictures of how fucking great it looked.
It'll also be going up on YouTube.
It will be. We'll need to cut it and edit it because things. Yeah.
That's the yellow grass, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It doesn't just go green; it just goes yellow.
Yeah, it makes it
really weird.
It makes it feel like you're walking through a fucking heavily color graded film. That you're walking through a Brother Where Art Thou or something. It's really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of these sculptures here are like kinetic sculptures, so this shit was all moving and stuff. It's very cool. There's big things. That's the bag that was getting pulled up the wall.
And yeah, I thought you took a photo of
I
it.
did get a
actually.
photo just as
But
we're coming
it's
back in.
just-
It's just this fucking random bag just sitting there. And there's people
So
in this
good.
exhibit, like literally the other side of the fucking park, cranking handles, and they've got no idea that all they're doing is pulling this fucking bag up and down that wall.
Really good.
It's fucking great. And yeah, so this was like the little train that was like the cable train. So this gives you an idea as to how steep it is, because this is just sitting on the side of a hill like that, and it just gets pulled up for a couple of miles. So you can kind of get an idea as to what the sort of the angle of it is, because it's just steps the whole way down. It's crazy.
Can I share some?
Hmm?
Can I share some photos?
You got photos?
Yeah.
Photos.
Because that's the outside of the first train.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
It's a really cute little train. And then it's like the view out of it, and there's you on
It's
the
my
train.
face.
It's you looking crazy.
Yeah,
It's you
it's
looking
me
out the
looking out the
train.
window.
But this is a wee video that sort of shows you it going like round the corner,
Mm.
and you can see it like up here, how like sharp that corner is. You can
It's
actually like,
wild.
see the front of it.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. That's the ones where they were saying they had to like water the tracks, like so
Yeah.
the train's got like a water tank to keep the tracks wet, so that they don't get like ripped to shreds by the trains constantly going round it. At
It
that
just
angle.
goes through this little like windy route. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah,
Really fun. And yeah, there's the. I really liked that tunnel in the art
it was
museum.
it was a good tunnel.
It was a good tunnel. A really
was a
good
good
tunnel.
tunnel.
Big head.
That's a big head.
That thing.
Yeah,
Tunnel.
cool tunnel.
Colors. Things. Fish and stuff. And things. And that person having
Yeah.
a good time. And ball.
Big ball. Liked big
and
ball.
Thing.
That
That was
looked
a
like
huge big structure that you could go inside.
wedding parrots.
It's wooden pallets.
Wedding parrots.
And these just a bunch of
Just a bunch of guys.
bunch of lads.
Just a bunch of lads.
Bunch of pals.
Yeah,
Bunch of bros.
Just a bunch of
hanging out.
pals. Bunch of bros hanging out.
And then I turned myself into a statue. There's
Oh
Gus,
yeah, you had a little
statue
statue
as well.
thing. You could turn yourself into a little statue.
a little thing.
In
And
an
then
arc.
this shows you the angle
Oh
of
yeah,
the. This shows you the angle of the cable car bit of it.
yeah.
That's like
That's like the whole
that's
way
the
up.
sort of degree. Yeah,
Just fucking.
every building is like on that sort of angle.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, that was the little model at the top.
cute little.
Oh, cute little guy.
It's really weird because there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. There's like little.
You got a little
Animal. Oh,
lazy. You
there's
got a little lazy egg.
Yep, it was a Gudetama.
I'm good at Tama.
And there's a cat on the tracks.
Oh no.
A little koala. Some little cars.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Sparkle Muffin in it. It's so cute.
And there's a whale. And there's
Yeah.
things. And there's a rat using the toilet. I just noticed that's made out of straws.
Yeah.
Really cute. I think it was like a very basic model of the area.
Yeah.
And it's very beautiful. And then I'm guessing you've got photos of the actual cable cars.
I do.
Or ropeway. Is it ropeway they call it? No.
Yeah.
Rope-
So the rope, they call it a ropeway. We would call it like a gondola or a cable car.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you've got some.
I've got some.
Yeah.
There is you know what it is. It's a
Yeah.
little thing. It's the Hakone ropeway.
The Hakone
You know
ropeway.
how it goes.
You know how it goes.
And
you
then
know,
it goes up.
You know how it do.
And it goes up, and it goes up, and it goes up, and it was terrifying.
And
then
that's like the fucking mountain. That's the volcano that you're going over.
it's
That's
a volcano.
That's like heavy fucking sulfur coming out
It
of that.
was also really misty that day.
It was,
So
yeah.
they kind of like, but a lot of that is steam coming out of the volcano. Like
Yeah.
that's not all just mist. A lot of that is.
It is. Man,
It's so strong. Like
it's
I've never.
so sticky.
It's like it's that strong that it's actually like they recommend. They've got like warnings before you get on the ropeway, and they're like, if you're like really like sensitive to certain things, or if you've got different heart problems and stuff like that, like don't go here.
Don't come in here. It's stinky.
It's really sulfur.
Really, really sulfurous. Really,
yeah,
really stinky.
it was crazy. It was very high.
It was very high.
And then there's a video of it.
Yeah. So just kind of hanging over it as it's coming out and being all pure humming.
Please get off, everyone. That was the thing. Don't know why I took a photo of that. But
So
yeah,
I've got a wonderful photo of us in the gondolas.
Oh, okay, go on.
There you go. Yay! Yay!
I'll
Look,
react when I see it.
it's so good.
Oh yeah, God, I forgot about that.
There's like a little photo point at the top where they had like a little fake gondola that you could jump in.
I forgot about that.
And then we took a bus because the fucking
No, not yet, not yet. Egg place first. Egg
Sorry.
place first. Go back. Back.
I'm back on yours.
Okay. So basically, we had to stop here anyway, but like I wanted to stop off here. But this was one of the stops on the ropeway. And this is, I can't remember the name of it, it's on the map. What's the name of it? Owakudane. And it's known for its black eggs. So basically what they do is they boil eggs in the hot
in the meat.
sulfuric water.
Yeah.
They boil eggs and the shells turn black. They're all black and like kind of powdery to touch. And legend has it that if you eat one of these eggs, it will add 7 years to your life, which is nice.
Yeah.
So we got some.
Don't eat two.
No, 2.5. Don't
Sorry.
eat 2.5.
Don't eat 2.5. So you can add 14 years onto your life, but if you eat another half, boo.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't give you extra. But if you eat more, then it's bad.
Yeah. How badly do they smell? Like at that point, everything's humming.
The eggs don't actually smell that bad because everything smells like egg.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's like even if the eggs were humming, you wouldn't notice because the air's just humming. They're just it's like sulfur's just getting pumped out at
I've
you.
never smelled anything like it.
Yeah.
Like it was mad. And the eggs were still hot when we got them, which was really cool. They were still like warm to the touch.
Yeah.
So got one and had one. And they had a Hello Kitty. A special Hello Kitty.
You did.
Black
and
egg Hello Kitty.
They had the Gudetama. Hang on.
And they've got Gudetamas as well, which I got a little squishy special black egg Gudetama.
Hang on. Got him here.
Oh yeah, he's over there.
And he goes, Pop. Hello. Hello, friend. Boop. There you go. That's a little
I
special
love him.
Gudetama.
I love him. So he's a special little Awakadani. Gudetama.
Yeah.
So he's a good friend.
That you can only get from the Stinky Egg Hill.
And then in the fucking station, when we're up here, up at the egg place, it was full of fucking Evangelion shit again.
Yeah, because it's where a lot of it's set.
Yeah. So it was like all this cool shit. And then there was another Eva.
The Eva.
Because
Well, Eva.
they're just everywhere. And there was me doing an Eva impression.
It's a great Eva impression. I can't.
Really
So,
good.
Kaede is the one on the right there. Kade's the one that's at the bottom right. I know it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But the one on the right is Kaede, and then the one
Yeah.
on the left is the actual Eva.
Yeah. I know it's really hard to tell.
It's bizarre because every time I see that photo, I'm just kind of looking one to the other, and I've asked Kaede to actually label it properly. Do you know what I mean? So that we can know for sure which one's which.
But yeah, loads of cool gods in his heaven and all's right with the world.
Yay!
I love you, Jack. Thank you, Sparkle Muffin. I specifically took that one because I was like, this is a jacket I'm going to wear all the fucking time. It was
It's the
great.
best
It's a
jacket.
very good choice.
Yeah, no,
Are
Llama.
you-
I know what you mean. It's just two Evas. It's not. It's not.
So my shoulders are a little bit smaller. That might be a giveaway.
Yeah. There's a couple of things that I use.
Okay.
To give me the hints. Like the Eva on the left, you'll notice, as Kaede said, the shoulders are smaller. The Eva on the left has got like sort of blades sticking out of the shoulder a little bit.
I don't have that.
And Kaede doesn't have that. Also, you'll notice that one of them is wearing a face mask. Now, obviously, at the time, in Japan, they still do the big sort of face masky kind of things. So, Kaede on the right, you can see is wearing a face mask, and the other Eva isn't.
Yeah, Evas can't get COVID.
Yeah.
On the right. So another thing I did was I wore the furry jacket because it's a textural thing. Evas generally aren't very furry. So I hoped that by wearing the furry jacket that you would notice that it was actually me on the right.
Yeah.
And the Eva on the left.
It's still really hard, to be honest. We are going to have to label that properly because people are going to be out there thinking there's two Evas, there's two test Evas, and we don't want to upset any Evangelion fans and give them false hope that the series is going to be rebooted with two Eva 01s.
I mean, it would just cause panic. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry. Do you want to take over the pirate ship?
Pirate ship.
Pirate ship.
There's a pirate ship.
Pirate ship.
Pirate ship. Pirate ship. Pirate ship. Pirate ship. Look at this shit. It's an actual fucking pirate ship. Like an actual pirate ship that you can go on. And
We went on
and we're on the deck, and there's Kaede, and look, there's one of the gates from Evangelion. There's another pirate ship coming the other way, and we got into a fight with them. And look, there's people fighting on the top deck, and we fought them, and there's Kaede celebrating the fact that we won and defeated that other pirate ship, and yay, fuck that other ship, and it's great. And this is just some photos showing the really sort of high cloud vibes. I really like this photo, just because it's like atmospheric as fuck.
it's very shitty weather though that day.
It was
sadly,
very
was a bit
shitty
of a
weather.
shame.
Sadly, normally from a few points on this whole journey, you can see all the way to Mount Fuji, but because it was such shitty weather, we could barely see up the next hill.
The day before was quite nice, annoyingly.
Yeah, that's all right though. So these are just cool photos of cool things. This is a map that they had on the pirate ship of the United Kingdom, which I find just amazing. I really want to know where they got this from. Clearly, I think it was drawn by a Scottish person, given that Scotland is fucking huge on it, and England looks really quite small and lame.
There's also a Scottish flag in the middle of England, and it says it's the Kingdom of Mercia,
Yeah,
but it's the Scottish flag. So I don't know. My history isn't that good.
yeah. You'll also notice Ireland is just a big cube now. Ireland is just a square, just a big old
Always
square.
has been. Always has been.
Always has been.
Let's be honest.
Gun pointing to the back in the moon and all that business. Yeah, Ireland's just so bizarrely fucking rectangular in this for reasons I can't possibly explain. But yeah, I don't know where it came from. This, but it's just wonderful.
It's not dated.
No.
So...
There is the red gate that's actually in Evangelion, which is fucking huge. Ireland has been cubed for our pleasure. Absolutely.
There's a shrine, and they have like one of their gates in the middle of the water. If you go and visit the shrine, if you're lucky, you can go out like to the gate kind of thing. Because there's a little pathway in the water, but it was closed.
And there's our Wi-Fi code.
Nice.
And that was the end of Hakone. Do you have any more Hakone shots?
I think I've got some more Hakone. Yeah, fucking do. And check out this shit.
Yeah.
There's more pirate ship.
Pirate ship. That's the other pirate ship that we defeated. Yeah, yes. Get fucked. This is the gate really far away.
And here's a video.
Oh, is that us? Is that the video just before we sank the other pirate ship?
Yeah, just before.
Just before.
If it ever plays. You can go. Pirate ship.
Pirate ship.
Pirate ship. Me on the pirate ship. Me on pirate ship.
Pirate ship. There's me on the pirate ship. That was the wind. Ship. You can see how strong the wind was that I'm having to hang on.
Had to hold on
for dear life. And my back leg was getting sort of flapped out by the wind.
It was very windy.
It was very windy.
Pretty though.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Like absolutely gorgeous. The whole of Hakone is just stunning.
Very stunning.
Yeah.
Pirate ship. Bye bye pirate ship. That was the bus.
Yeah,
because then from the pirate ship, we then took a bus back home and went back to the apartment. That was a cool ass looking shrine.
Yeah,
it turned out to be a cult. As I googled it.
Yeah,
and it turned out to be a scary cult.
Scary cult.
Really scary cult. It was like a weird mixture of like Buddhism and like Catholicism. Catholicism. Thank you. Yeah, really weird. And that's the
badge. It's the badge we got from the art museum. We got t-shirts with that cat on it as well, which is fucking great. It's just so good.
You mean these t-shirts?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, baby. That was the artist who did
the bag thing.
The spectator thing with the bags.
Yeah.
That's their like little cat drawing thing.
Cat.
Decorator crab they call themselves. So that's an angry cat holding up 1,000.
I have to start using the Kaede photo pose. Is that okay? I mean,
it'll cost you.
Yeah, it is copyright.
See, it's just look at the difference. Look, right? I'm so bored and sad. Powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Even more powerful.
Yeah.
Really good fucking mirror, honestly.
It's a great mirror.
It's just a cute little bit. Oh yeah, we saw like a little cormorant. I saw a crane as well. Yeah. I didn't get a good photo of. But I saw a crane in the wild, which is really fucking cool.
Yeah. Was that the one just sunning itself? Or was that?
It was like it was here. That's it. I think. Yeah, that's it.
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah. The blackbird, that was just like a crow or something, wasn't it?
No, that's a cormorant.
It was a cormorant.
The
It was
black
just
was a cormorant, and that was a
standing with
crane.
its arms out wide, just trying to dry itself
Just
off or some shit.
sunning.
Yeah.
Sunning itself, yeah. But yeah, I saw a crane, which was really fucking cool. That was the cormorant flying away.
Crane's all the way down there now.
The crane had went all the way down there now.
How do you know?
Because it said so in the video.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah, this is llama content. We did all the burbs. We actually paid for just purely so we could have content for llama.
especially for you. And then, right, this is a donut. They don't call it a donut though. They called it fried, like fried dough. It
Yeah.
had red bean paste in the middle,
Mm.
and it was so good.
Hey, Big Thomas, how you doing?
So good.
Num 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 num.
Red bean paste is like, oh, so good. Yeah, so that was amazing. And then that's us done. And then just to finish up,
Yes. Yes.
I
Excellent.
think that's a good thing to finish on.
Excellent.
Excellent. Excellent.
Forgot about that.
That's a good thing to finish on.
Yeah. Because yeah, after Hakone went back to Tokyo.
And then that'll need to be the last one.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
Or maybe.
So then, the final stage of our journey, we went back to Tokyo, but we spent like 6 days there, and did lots of stuff. We went to a gig where we saw our mates, Electric Eel Shock.
Went out for food with them all.
Went out for food with them all. Went to Shinjuku. No, we stayed in Shinjuku. We went to Shibuya and Harajuku and Akihabara. And all kinds of other stuff. And Shinjuku itself is just fucking gorgeous. And Harajuku is also gorgeous. And then we ate lots of cool food. We went to the cat shrine. And we did lots of gachapon. Gachapon fucking everywhere. Gacha. So there's still a lot. There's still a lot, pals. So yeah. So probably next Tuesday. I'm gonna be back.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, catch you next Tuesday.